So, let's go over what you guys have done. You guys were captured by the Drow in a place called Velkenvelve, and you broke out. And now that's the past. We don't really care how you did it, but the story is you broke out of Velkenvelve. And that's pretty important for people that are trying to play this game, because there's lots of different ways you could have broken out. But you guys crashed to the ground, you took your hits, and then you kind of healed up a little bit because you had that Kuo-toa healer. And he can shake his little voodoo stick, heal you guys back up. But I am now starting this campaign as of, or this session as of, once you hit the ground, we knew it was the end of the session. We knew we were all kind of winding down our energy level. But if you try to get in the mood of what the characters were doing, that was nowhere near the end of their day. You don't hit the ground at the foot of the prison and be like, we're out. Life's great. No, that's just the beginning of your problems, right? But obviously we can't keep that energy going at the end of a long session because we're going to take it. We're going to go to bed, right? So your characters have just gotten out of the spider web and splattered to the ground, recollected your posse, healed up a little bit. I think his name is Shimshar. Something like that. Shimshar?
Jimjar.
Jar Jar.
Jimjar.
Shushar. Different guy.
Shushar.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of them. I know. I understand the confusion. Shushar is this Kuo-toa fishman, and he has actual magical healing. And so he looked at the party and said, okay, I can do this a little bit. I can heal some of you a little. And he took the two people that were actually unconscious. Well, actually, there's one person was literally unconscious, healed them back to being conscious. And then you had these festering wounds in your wings. And so he magically healed you and pulled those barbs out.
That's right.
So now your wings can start to heal naturally over time, but you're going to need rest. You have to stretch them out. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to get healthy enough to maybe let you fly again. Okay. And then you finally get the power that your character should have had. But even that is within the 90 seconds of you guys hitting the ground, right? You're now looking up and you see this giant web. And again, you guys fell another 100 feet or so from the webbing.
Yep.
But it might have been higher than that. It's a little hard to say. It's not super clear. But it basically goes fortress, web, splat into the ground. So as you're on the ground and you're looking up, one of the features of Velkenvelve is that it is hidden in the ceiling. So people walking through these massive tunnels in the Underdark, they don't necessarily know that they've walked under a fortress. It's that hidden because the webs, not only is it far away, not only are you in the Underdark, this shield of webbing above you creates like a force field, like a visual barrier. But you've lit that barrier on fire. So when you look up, you're just watching like a micro sun start to spread. And you see Drow falling from the sky and splattering. There's still at least one demon running around. You guys ditched when the Vrock had hit the web and spiders were trying to get it. Spoiler, the demon's not going to lose that fight. Little spider going, I have venom. No, the demons are immune to poison. They don't care. So that Vrock is tangled. It's only a matter of time until he busts out. He's probably going to win that fight. But you have this great opportunity because of the distraction. But I also want to press upon you the danger that this fortress did not get annihilated by a couple of demons flying by. They were just the calamity and the mess and the mayhem. And your fire on the webs is going to create a problem, but the spiders can remake that. When they get their organization back together, they're just going to come after you guys, okay? So in those opening moments when you hit the ground, you regroup, and then I'm assuming it's like, run. Run. And we talked briefly about where do you guys want to go. There's kind of the super, super obvious choice. And then unless the players really want to just pull in another direction, it's set up that you're going to go to the obvious place. You guys are starving, and you don't have directions. You don't have any resources. And there's a close town, even though it's a town of fish people. Not your ideal choice. But in this case, you're like in a desert. And you're right in the middle of the desert, and there's one oasis nearby, and there's nothing else nearby. So, of course, you're going to the oasis. So that's why we all assumed the obvious path is for you guys to try to get to a city called Shlubludap. Okay? And so we kind of have an objective, but how you're going to get there is completely unknown. But the first thing that happens is you guys start running. Right? You start running generally that away down these massive corridors. And I want to explain the Underdark a little bit. You're under the ground, obviously. You guys are in giant chasms, and they can look like fingers. You can have these big open areas where you guys can travel and have a big open expansive fight, but then it's very often narrowing down to something reasonably small, like a valley or a tunnel. And then that's going to widen back up and go back down, and widen back up and go back, and it's going to split all the time. And so you're kind of like in a giant maze all the time. It doesn't curl back on itself, but it forks and twists and weaves.
Okay.
So one thing that as we run, at first you guys are just scattered. You're just running. And then when we start actually traveling, you're going to have to decide, like, how are we traveling? And who's going to be in front and back? And then, how are we going to do our formation? But in the moment, you guys are sprinting. And I want to start basically after that exhausting sprint stops. When people go, okay, let's take a breath. Let's take a break. Let's regroup. What is our plan going to be? Okay? So that's where I imagine the scene is. There's a pile of you guys. It's just a pile of, here are our players. Right? There's a bunch of you guys. Should I do it again?
Yeah, there you go.
Should I do it again for
I
camera?
think the coffee really sells it.
Oh, it's just breaking the camera?
At least none of them landed in it.
Should I get a bowl for our players?
Yeah, there you
Is that what we need? We need an extra snack bowl for our players. Here's our players. All right, and I think this is very appropriate for what's happening right now. You're all wheezing. You're taking a breath. Some of you are very healthy, and that's why they can run for a while. And some of you are a fish. So I'm sure that the party goes, hold on, we need a break. But now the reality of your situation settles in. You're just in a different kind of prison in the moment. You're really not free. You know they're going to come after you, and you don't have any food. So we have several immediate problems and several long-term problems. But as you guys are wheezing and you start talking, I'm going to use Sereth. I'm going to find his name. Let's try to keep these cascaded a little bit so at least I can grab. Sereth, the drow. He is going to be our lippy one, so I can kind of narrate some things through him because he's annoying and he's a drow and he's a pain in the ass, and that's a great position for this, Mm-hmm. Sereth will be the one that speaks up and goes, all right, so we're out of there, but what's our plan?
What is the plan?
And looks at you guys.
Why are you asking us?
Exactly.
To get far, far away.
You have a motley crew. I think one of the big things is to have a plan and to solidly determine who's in charge. Because if you guys can't do that, let's be a little realistic. The group's going to scatter. Why would they all? They're not a military unit. They're not a posse. They don't know each other, right? You broke out together, of course. You're all going to punch the guard together, of course. And you're all going to run that way, of course. But now what's going to hold you all together? Possibly nothing.
Right now, it seems like it would be the need to survive still.
Sure.
Staying stronger together. And Ren got us out of the cave, right? Was it? Weren't you the leader here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the girl. Come on. You took us this far. Take us all the way.
Okay.
Our point woman.
I'll
point.
go with my turkey leg.
No, you don't have a turkey leg.
Traded
Well,
it.
it's my imaginary one.
You gave it to her, and she gave it to an orc, and that orc decided to impale himself on a waterfall.
She's still digesting that turkey leg. It'll be with
I
her
think
for a
he's
while.
digesting that turkey leg right now.
Oh, he is the one that died, huh?
Yep. The guy with the turkey leg is the one who went off a waterfall and died.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, so that turkey leg killed him.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're trying to.
He gets a leg cramp. Shouldn't have eaten that turkey!
Gotta wait 30 minutes.
I forgot I can't swim! Yeah.
30 minutes before you swim.
Should have waited 30 days to digest a turkey the size of a human.
There you go. Or heaven.
So we're wanting to get to the closest town.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think first thing is, you guys are all telepathically communicating, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And so there's just this swarm in your head of chatter right now. Everybody's like either wheezing. Well, what's cool is, let's talk about this for a minute. When you communicate telepathically, you have some major advantages. Each of you can speak to each other directly, which means what you're saying is not being lost, right? It's not an issue of can I hear them. or is it being shouted over by somebody else? You just get the idea. And that means a lot of people can talk quickly, efficiently, and cleanly at the same time, and that's really great. Otherwise, how could 10 people possibly communicate telepathically? And you can speak to each other quickly, right? You can get your message across instantly because it's being injected into your mind, which is awesome. While you're running, normally you'd be having a problem breathing. You're like panting, right? That doesn't come across. You don't telepathically go, oh, so it's hard to breathe right now. They're just getting the message, right? So in that way, you guys have this incredible advantage, especially while you travel and while you run. But now that you've stopped running and you're all sitting there, everybody is just saying, "This is what I think we should do. This is what I think we should do. This is what," and it's a headache. You're hearing a classroom of children chatter, and they'll all give their opinion, right? Shushar goes, "Clearly we should go to Fishtown," right? Because of course he will. Eldrith Funrun goes, "We should go to Gauntlgrim," because Gauntlgrim is a dwarven stronghold fairly close. I'm not going to say it's nearby. It'd be like if you're in Nevada and she goes, "We should go to Hollywood." Right? It doesn't mean we can get there, but like it's important that it's somewhat reasonable close, you know? Stool says, "Take me home to Neverell Grove." And Neverlight Grove. Sereth jumps on board. He's absolutely right. We should go to Neverlight Grove. It's a really important place, and they'll give us sanctuary. Topsy-turvy go, "What's to eat?" Prince Darendil goes, "We should try to find our way to..." Where does he want to go? I don't think it says. "I just want to get back to my elven hometown, so any way they can get to the surface, we can do that." And there is actually a way, just hypothetically, through the Dark Dwarf city. I can't remember the name. Or Blingdenstone can get you to the surface, and I think Gauntlgrim could, but there's one more that I'm forgetting the name of. What does it say they want to go to?
Does it say down at the bottom?
A lot of them do. Jimjar is a Snurfneblin. He wants to go to the Snurfneblin hometown. That's the one I'm thinking of. I just don't know its name. I'll find it. And where's he want to go?
Wants to go to Gracklestug.
Same one. That's what it is. Gracklestug. So several of them are saying Gracklestug, and several of them are saying, Neverell Grove. So everybody's got their ways they want to go. Do you want me to tell you guys these cities? You can write them down.
Yeah, I got the two that get you to the surface.
Yeah. Let's just try to keep it as simple as we can. For long-term notes, you don't have to write this down, but you can. Menzoberranzan is the giant city that the Drow are from. Okay? Blingdenstone is the giant city that the Deep Gnomes are from. Gracklestug is the giant city that's... I mixed them up. Blingdenstone's gnomes. I'm pretty sure. Maybe they're not dark gnomes, deep gnomes. Maybe Gracklestug is the deep gnomes. Let's put those both down as gnomes. Gracklestug is also gnomes. Gauntlgrim is the dwarves. Okay? And Sludblop is the Kuatoa, the fish people. So it's not super confusing. They're all basically a bunch of racists. The dark gnomes want to go to the gnome city. The drow wants to go to the drow city. The fishman wants to go to the fishman city. The dwarf wants to go to the dwarf city. Oh, and then Neverlight Grove is where the mushroom people come from.
Neverlight?
Let me look at it one more time, make sure it's very clear. Neverlight Grove.
Oh.
So it's like it's never bright, right? So Neverlight Grove.
Okay.
Sverfnerblin is Blingdenstone. That means Deep Gnome. Snurfnerblins want to go to Blingdenstone. And then I don't know what Gracklestug is. Actually, I could look it up at some point. What is he?
Gracklestug.
Then that must be the Darrow, which is different than the Smurfnerblin. They are confusing. Who cares? Honestly, this confusion works in our favor because it's the kind of culture shock you'd have as an outsider. We're all outsiders here,
Yeah.
and that culture shock is real. So let's go ahead and accept it. You know, like
Yeah.
it's confusing as hell. You're in the Underdark, and we don't know these people.
I'm gonna say your hometown wrong.
Exactly. And Sereth, of course, would want to go to Menzoberranzan, except that's where the Drow are, and he's being persecuted by the Drow, and that's why he doesn't want to go there. So he's sticking with the mushroom. But everybody, let's go here, let's go here, let's go here, let's go here. And so you guys could decide where you really want to go. Like, what's our real destination?
Okay. Well, I'm assuming we want to get out of the Underdark.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I say the mushroom helped save us to give us these telepathic powers, so maybe we should go where Stool's from. See what else we could acquire there.
how much of that map that I saw do I remember? Like, would I be able to say, oh, that's going to be on the way to Blended Stone, which will get us out, so let's go to Stool's place, then Blended Stone,
Roll an intelligence
then
check.
go up. Okay. First one.
5.
You know what? My paper is like, can I redo that?
It's not cocked. Your head's cocked.
I rolled on an uneven surface. Yeah, okay.
Off memory,
So-
you cannot remember. So what you'll need is someone to help you remember. So your question becomes, who here among these people would know?
Yeah.
Do any of them know geography?
Okay. So then I want to ask. Oh God, that's.
This is a
most
great way.
horrible
This is a
insult.
great way to settle in these people, because the more you reinforce who they are and give them personalities,
Yeah.
the better this will play out.
Which one is the dwarf?
This girl, Eldith Funrun, Feldrun, but we keep calling her Funrun. It makes it catchy.
works.
I like it better.
That's yeah.
Eldrith Funrun, Shield Runner.
Okay, so
So it's
I'll
dwarf.
ask her then, since she's from Gauntlgrim and that goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what places are on the way to Gauntlgrim, if that's where we choose to go?
Are you speaking in real life or telepathically? She, as far as I recall, is the one person who did not snort spores.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So-
Guess I'm talking out loud then. Yeah.
Which is funny that she's the one, because any of the other people who did not have a way to communicate would be like, "What are you guys talking about? Let's talk." But she's very stoic in the first place, so she's just breathing heavily and just kind of getting the bearings, and she's probably appreciating how quiet this group is. But actually, that would be extremely eerie. So she's gonna start looking at everybody and be like, "Why is everyone so quiet? Why aren't they all blah, 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 blah?" And of course they'd still be talking. I don't know. I've never had a telepathic spore in my brain. So do you just start telepathicing all the time? Is it like a high? Like, this is great. Or do you still talk and then you go, "Oh yeah, I could text message you."
Yeah.
But I'm imagining it's like social media. Once you start texting, you stop talking, right? It's faster, cleaner, and it's not as loud. You don't get eaten by a spider. So you're going to use the advantage. So she's probably looking at you guys going like, "This is odd. We have 11 people here and like, no one's talking." But you're all like, yeah. So she's just going to, I think you approach her, right? She's looking at you like, "Is this drug stuff? Is this because of what you guys snorted?"
We're using telepathy. That's why we wanted. That's why we offered you some.
Well, you never explained it. You just said snort this, and she said go to hell.
I remember that.
I was waiting for the most obvious explanation. You guys were like, "Do it! Do it!"
Sniff the spores.
And then it became, everyone else did it, so you should do it.
I do remember that because you asked me if I wanted to explain it to her, and I'm like, it won't even matter. So no, let's just.
It just
move
never
on.
got explained. She just sees you all doped up, and none of you talk.
Oops.
Does she
It's
want to
fine.
hit the spores? He's not dead. He's still there. He can hit her with a little sprinkle.
Same question. If you explain it to her, maybe she will, but you've never explained it.
Okay, I will explain it this time.
You're using spores to telepathically communicate.
Yeah.
She kind of like is torn. I can see the definite advantage of that. If we're traveling through the Underdark and we can be quiet, that's an enormous advantage. Because usually, those tiny breaks in your sound discipline. That's how you get caught. And she's using like, scout jargon because she's a scout. I mean, she's a forager, she's a ranger, she's traveling all the time. Dwarves are not particular. I mean, they're fine in the Underdark, but a lot of these Underdark people have dark vision. Do dwarves? I'm sure they do. Yeah. As I said out loud, I think of course they do. Dark vision. Okay, so they can totally see just fine. So she mentions like, but people still need to communicate. And that little bit of time when you go, hey, this, and that's often when the enemy gets an opportunity to ambush you, or you get monster starts stalking you. But she goes, but what are the side effects? Putting a spore in your brain.
Well, we're fine right now still.
No side effects. So, do you tell us no side? I mean, what do you say?
There's no known ones, and we got them like a while ago, and we're fine. We were able to fight. We were able to jump. We were able to
It was like 5
get out of
hours
spider
ago.
webs. Okay, so 5 hours it did nothing. I feel great.
No side effects at all.
Only good ones.
Do you want to convince her, or do you not really care?
I'll convince her.
Yeah, roll for it. If you try to convince her, it's very possible to convince her. She sees the tactical advantage, for sure.
I can actually use this now. So what am I rolling?
Whatever you want. Any skill you think makes sense.
I have bad persuasion. I have +1 of deception. Does that make sense?
For sure.
Deception.
And saying no known side effects is completely deception.
Okay. That's
I have a medical degree, and this will not hurt you.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
It's a 20 with my +1.
Hey.
There's 2 ways you can use deception. You already know you passed your test, but tell me if you think one way is funnier than the other. You either use deception to convince her, like, no, there's no side effects. Or by deception, we mean, like, look over there. And you stick the s'mores in her nose.
I'll probably just, just,
You convince her.
yeah.
Well, she is concerned about the health risks, but it is such a ridiculous thing when you're running from monsters that'll kill you, in the Underdark which will kill you, and you're starving which will kill you, and you go, is this going to hurt me in 6 to 9 years? So she just goes, I get it. We got to be quiet. This makes sense. And she just goes, snorts some spore, and joins the club.
She's in the...
So now you're going to telepathically ask her, do you know how to get to Gauntlgrim? And she says, Gauntlgrim is pretty far away. From here, we're roughly in Velkenvale. If we want to go to Gauntlgrim, it's not even on the map. What? They have a chart for me. Why is Gauntlgrim not even on the chart? There is a chart for a reason.
Because it's so far away.
No, I think this is just the weirdest oversight I've ever seen. Well, it's definitely farther than Gracklstugh. And Gracklstugh will take 30 days
Sheesh.
of travel. So, I guess the reason it's not on this chart is because it's not reasonable to go there. It would be a long-term travel.
Okay.
I'm going to say if Gracklstugh is that close and you went the south route around Darklake, so she'll say you're going to have to go southbound around Gracklstugh. From there, you can go to Neverlight Grove or go the other way through the Labyrinth, but the Labyrinth is extremely dangerous, so we would go the north route through Neverlight Grove. So if you wanted to make a path to Gauntlgrim, you could go Gracklstugh, then Neverlight Grove, and then do the long voyage to Gauntlgrim. But it could be 4 months.
Okay.
There's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance? No, she's like, that's what we should do.
That's what she wants to go that route. She wants the 4-month route. It's got nothing to time on it.
Well, let's say your only objective is to get there,
Yep.
and it takes 4 months.
Yep.
So of course she's electing to do the 4-month route.
Yeah.
You know,
Otherwise, she would go with us somewhere else and then still have to travel 4 months.
Which is
to
still the
get
4-month
home.
route.
So, yeah.
so she says, I think your best plan is to go to Gracklstugh, Neverlight Grove, and then to Gauntlgrim. The only question is, if we're hungry now, should we go slightly out of our way right at the beginning of our trip to hit Slubadab?
Get away from Slubadab. There's badness over here. Those fish people. I don't want it.
Fish people are magic.
Exactly.
Magic healers.
Slubadop is the nearest thing for sure. It would only be slightly out of your way on the way to Gracklestug.
They smell like fish.
Okay.
Actually, let me say this. The fastest way to Gracklestug will still be by lake, which means you take the Dark Lake. Which means whether you avoid Slubadop or not, you're going to have to travel through the Dark Lake to get to Gracklestug. So then the question isn't whether you avoid Slubadop. The question is whether you... I guess it's the same question, but you have to go past Slubadop either way. You're not going to go the other route. You're just going to decide whether to avoid the port.
Okay.
So there's this giant lake, and Slubadop is a port on the lake. And you're going to travel that lake to get to Gracklestug.
Okay.
But you don't have to go to the port. You can avoid it because you're scared of the fish because they'll kill you.
Okay. Okay. I didn't realize they were bad.
Everything is bad. Every choice I'm offering you is bad. Every one of these people is bad.
Yeah, true.
You were just breaking out of prison.
I forgot to ask, what are you in for?
What are you in for, right?
Okay, do you know anything about Blindenstone?
Everyone knows a lot about Blingdenstone conceptually.
Oh, that's right.
Blingdenstone's a really big city.
That's
It's like
right.
saying, have you ever heard of New York?
Yeah.
Yes, they've heard of it.
That's
But you should ask a Smurfnarblin specifics because that's where they're from.
Well, that's what I want to do next then, before deciding if we would actually go to Gauntlgrim, because, sorry, that's a long ways away.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And she understands that. And what she says is either A, I will travel with you until a point when I would then go to Gauntlgrim. And I would ask you to come with me, it'd be great. But if you don't want to, that's fine. I'll travel with you as long as we're going westerly, because that'll head me toward Gauntlgrim. But when it gets to the point where we split up, I would like you to come to Gauntlgrim. I think it's a great place for us to get, re-equipped, reacquainted. That's a place where we have real resources. This is a good position. The dwarves are not evil. Of all these choices, I guess Blingdenstone's not either. I think Blingdenstone's not evil, and obviously the dwarves are not evil. Questionable on Blingdenstone. I think they're the normal gnomes, not the deep gnomes. The deep gnomes are the Smurfnurblin from Gracklestug. They're going to be a mixed bag.
okay. Then yeah, I want to ask them, that's what, topsy-turvy?
Topsy-turvy. They're doing this thing where they keep itching each other. They're super agitated.
Stay a little back from that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of rash you guys have.
Oh. Here's something. Okay. What do you ask them?
How would we get to Blindenstone?
We can definitely be your guide to Blingdenstone. Every little creature sounds the same. Blingdenstone is on the other side of the Dark Lake. Instead of going west to the Dark Lake, he'll just explain to you. He'll take a stick and he'll draw in the mud. This is Dark Lake. Here's our little map. This will help remind you. And he points to this Dark Lake. This is Dark Lake. We're in Valkenvelv, to the east of Dark Lake. Neverlight Grove is here, and Gracklestug is there, and Blingdenstone's up here. But they're all just different sides of the Dark Lake. So any of these places you want to go, just take the Dark Lake, you just go a different direction on the ocean, on the water.
Okay, so we would just go straight through the Dark Lake. And
Yeah.
What's that town right under Blindenstone? Like, we would pass through...
You have
If we go
Valkenvelv,
through-
Slubadop, Gracklestug, Neverlight Grove, Blingdenstone, and then Menzoberranzan. You're asking about Manteldareth?
Oh,
I have no idea what Manteldareth is.
okay.
Looks like it's a giant city.
Blindenstone is that little blue dot above
Mm-mm.
it. you
No,
said.
it's that bigger red dot.
Okay, but the blue dot under it.
That's
is
Manteldareth.
Okay, and that's irrelevant.
Well, I'm sure it's not irrelevant. They just don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know what it is, and so this guy's not going to know what it is. But
Okay.
look how big these dots are. Gauntlgrim, Gracklestug, and Manteldareth are giant. So it's going to be a major city of one of these factions.
Okay.
I can find out for you in 5 seconds.
Nah, it's fine. they wouldn't know.
I think it's not a highlight of this campaign, although it's probably a very famously large city. So all these are kind of the same route, you know. Find a way to travel the Dark Lake, and then they're all different directions, you know. But they're all going to kind of be go to the Dark Lake and travel the Dark Lake.
Okay. Well, I think we need to go through the Dark Lake and probably go to Blendenstone, since it's closest, and it'll get us out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Blendenstone does have a path to the surface for sure.
Yeah, it's a big place. I think we'll find resources.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming the Dark Lake can't be good.
I think it sounds great. Should be fun.
Sounds like a fun time.
So you kind of tell the group, okay, guys, we got to go to the Dark Lake. All routes lead to the Dark Lake.
Yep.
Okay. I don't disagree. If you guys agree, Blendenstone's a way out.
Yep.
So
Let's go.
Bigger picture plan makes sense.
This is the way.
Let's talk more about the little details. Are you going to go to Sloopadop?
Yes.
That's before the.
It's the immediate town on your way to the Dark Lake,
Yep.
and it's the port on the Dark Lake.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be the natural way for you to get to the Dark Lake,
Yeah.
which is to go to the city. Okay, because then in Sloopadop you have all kinds of options.
And we have an ally with Shushar.
Right. So
Yeah.
you ask Shushar, like, can you be our guide, basically? Because you need a guide. Anywhere you go out here, you're going to need a guide. And so being near Sloopadop, being near the Dark Lake, if you want Shushar to be your guide, he can give you all kinds of information about the specifics. He tells you, if you're going to travel the Dark Lake, you're going to need a boat. And there's lots of options, but you need to not be swimming in the water. And he's like, I have seen real boats. I have seen makeshift rafts. If you don't even have a makeshift raft, which currently we don't, but we could make one. We could find a way, or we could kill someone and take their raft. There are giant mushrooms. You topple the head and you cover them out and you ride the mushrooms.
Ooh.
So you make mushroom boats. If you can't do that, I've seen people just get in a barrel and just go for it. But that makes perfect sense compared to swimming. He's like, I'm a fish person. I can swim. None of you all can swim. not like what we mean, you know. You can't swim in the Dark Lake. So that's what he says is your guide. And but he's excited. He goes, going back to Sloopadop is probably the best choice.
Let's do it.
Okay.
And see what we come across on the way.
Okay. So you kind of tell everybody that's the plan, right? Seraph, like I said, he's going to be my kind of my NPC, my thorn in your side NPC, and then you guys spread these out however you want to deal with them. I guess I'll take Shushar as well because he's our guide, right? So I've got our guide and I've got our heal, and you guys tell me what you want to do with these guys. And literally having them in front of you can mean you control them in combat.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I be Stool?
Sure, you can have Stool, but Stool doesn't do anything in combat. Keep that in mind.
Oh, that's true.
You just carry him on your shoulder.
I'll take Prince Daredil.
Prince Daredil.
And I got Buppado.
And you can feel free, please,
Fun run
to
again.
ask me reminders of who these people are, so that you remind yourself who they are. You guys all remember who they are?
For the most part.
This is Jim Jar. This is our Drow. This is our bird. This is you. This is Fishman. This is Buppado. This giant beastman is Prince Daredil.
That's me.
This is Garnet. This is Fun Run. This is the little stool. And who's got Topsy Turvy? Oh, in your hand. Okay. I don't know, Topsy Turvy. So, like I said, Seraph, being our thorn on our side, goes, all right, great, we have a plan, but how are we to eat?
Who are we sacrificing here?
It's more of who are we gonna eat, not how are we gonna eat.
I mean, the closest place is. What is that?
Shloobloodop.
Shloobadop, yeah.
Shloobidoo-roop.
Yeah.
can we make it there without eating? Or maybe we can just start walking there and hope that we come across, like, I don't know, grass?
Well, you'll-
Grass?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Animal?
While traveling, you can forage. Slubadop will take 8 days.
Oh yeah, we can't go in 8 days.
You can starve 8 days, but what you guys need to do now as you travel, you have a plan. People are calm. The communication helps a lot. Knowing your plan kind of solidifies things. And individually, of course, you hear mutterings, but everybody's generally okay with the plan. But like Jim Jar might be like, well, when are we going to eventually go to Gracklestug? Because if not, I'm going to part ways with Dark Lake. You hear mutterings like that. And Daredevil might be like, if we go to Blendingstone and get to the surface, if we get to the surface, then I can find my home, my elven home, and then hopefully they can cure me of this curse. Because he's a prince of that
Perfect.
elven city. And Bupido goes, well, I want to get to Gracklestug as well, so, you know. But he goes, but I'm okay going whichever way you guys want to go. So, but you hear these mutterings, like maybe we won't all stay together, but while our alliances align, of course we will. And of course, Eldrith is the same thing. She's like, I don't want to go to Blingdenstone, but I'll cross the Dark Lake with you until the point where you go to Blingdenstone, and then I'll head to Gauntlgrym.
Okay.
So, and Shushar is just like, okay, we'll go to Slubadop.
I'm ready to swim.
But then you ask him, like, well, okay, what are we going to do when we get to Slubadop? Is that your home? And he goes, oh, no. They threw me out.
It's the Jar Jar Binks of the
Why?
squad. Yeah.
Should we be worried?
Yes.
Awesome.
Care to explain?
He says, I am not like most fish people. Most fish people are violent and evil and strange to you people. But I've lived my whole life as them. And I didn't think I was strange. But I have had an awakening. You remember he said he's a pacifist, right? So he's had some experience that's caused him to give up like all forms of violence. He's a hardcore pacifist now. He goes, this experience has awakened me to just how backwards our people are. But they're stuck in their ways so they don't see it. But anyone who tries to tell people that the way they're going about it is wrong is going to be shunned. And I was shunned before I left. I'm glad now that I was kicked out. Even though then I was different, it caused me to get kicked out, but now I've had my awakening. He's like, so I'd like to try to tell my people about what I've learned. I'd like to persuade them, but I don't know if that's going to be successful. It's hard to change.
These are violent people. Is it really safe for us to be heading out that direction?
No,
Because we don't really have a choice.
it's not safe at all. You should be very wary.
And it sounds like we probably don't want the people at Shubidi Bop to
Shubidi-Bop?
see Shushar.
That depends on who's still in charge. The great, I think they call it the Daughter of the Sea or something. The great Daughter of the Sea is the goddess that they all follow. And even though I was kicked out, I have a good relationship with that church and those religious leaders, and so I might be welcome back. But if the allegiances have changed, then that might not be true anymore.
Same there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance.
All right.
He's like, but I can tell you more about it as we approach, or maybe now's the perfect time to tell you guys about it. I know there's a little breakout here of the people. I'll find it really quick. the Sea Mother, Plooploopine. The the Archpriest Plooploopine used to be the ruler of the city, and he worshipped the Sea Mother. Blib de bloop bloop.
Are you kidding me?
Not kidding you. So I hope that things are well, because I have a good relationship with the blib de bloop bloop bloop. However, they were still backwards, culturally backwards. So what I'd like to do is try to show them the way, but I know that they will listen to me.
Okay.
So I hope the old guard are still in charge, because they will listen to me. At least I'll be welcome in the city.
That sounds like a phone dying.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but this is where Murlocs came from. Are you aware of World of Warcraft Murlocs? That's so much more new that a lot of people know about Murlocs. But the D&D Kuatoa are where Murlocs came from. So, but the Murlocs are the ones that go blah blah blah. Have you never seen Murlocs? Okay, well, a lot of World of Warcraft nerds have seen Murlocs. You don't know what they are? They're fish people. I mean, they're pretty similar to this, but it's just a different reference point. None of you even heard of World of Warcraft?
No, I played it when I was little, but not enough to know, like...
You don't remember the sound effects that the Murlocs make?
No.
It's like everyone's favorite thing about that dumb game.
My
Like a
brother
game?
loved that
I could
game.
probably find a
Last minute
YouTube
stream,
video.
Liz and all of our followers right here.
Can we pull it up on the screen?
No, well, maybe, but I want the sound effect of the
Oh.
Murloc.
The bloop 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 bloops.
Murloc
Need the bloopy.
sounds. Come on, typo phone. You know how your phone is supposed to adapt to your finger, so if you regularly miss the key, it knows and it learns? Well, at some point, the iPhone like reset itself, and now it's learned backwards. So whereas normally if I'm slightly off regularly, it corrects for me, it's now like the stupid autocorrect. It's correcting away from you.
Oh,
So
you
things that
find
I
it right.
am hitting, it's going, oh, let's correct for you. And this, it's been annoying.
You want me to draw ketchup?
I hate that there's an ad, because I'm streaming an ad now. Let me mute this.
Y'all don't listen to this.
Right, yeah. Look away!
Sponsored.
Mute the stream, Speed.
Okay, listen to this. This is going to be the Murloc sound. You don't remember this?
Okay, no.
When everybody played World of Warcraft, it was like one of the funniest sound effects in the game. All these little Murlocs make these funny sounds. It's based on the Kuatoa. The description is that they speak, and when they speak, everything sounds like bubbles.
Okay.
So the blub blub
So,
blop and
that
sloop
makes
loop
total
and
sense.
blurb blurb blurp and bleep bloopine, these make perfect sense in fish mouth,
Okay.
but you don't speak fish mouth.
That's the problem.
When you say their names, you need to like take a swig of water so it's even
So
more
we need you to
realistic.
gargle as you speak. We need to have immersion here.
Well,
So Shusar says, let's hope blip bloopine is still there, and then at least I can seek asylum for us,
okay.
and then I want to try to convert them to my ways.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
Convert away.
Do you guys want to travel fast, slow, or regular?
Fast.
Fast. We're running. Do you guys want to set me a marching order? And I need 2 marching orders. I need the when we're squeezing 1 wide, and I need the when we're a little wider in the tunnel 2 wide. And then if we get into an encounter and we're not in a tunnel, you guys can set up however you want.
Who's got dark vision? Leads
It's
the
a
way.
good question.
I can see in the dark.
You can see in the dark. Let's make a roll
So
call.
can-
Definitely.
The
Those
fish
people.
can see in the dark. The drow can see in the dark. The toadstool doesn't count. He can see in the dark. The dwarf can see in the dark. Topsy Turvy can see in the dark. Birdman? I think you cannot,
Did I?
right?
It's
called-
called my tower here. I don't think
I don't think you can. But I mean, birds, they can see at night, so maybe you can, but not in the darkness. It's called dark vision.
That's it. My bird needs LASIK.
It'll be a racial trait.
Yeah, where does it say it on the paper? I couldn't kind of help.
Actions, things,
Next page, guys.
maybe.
Oh, yep.
Dark vision.
So it should be.
So it'll be under, this says rock gnome racial traits. It'll say Aarakocra racial traits. See where hers
There.
is?
So I guess you don't.
No, you can fly instead. Do you want to fly? Yes.
Ooh,
Am
you
I-
could be, like,
Then you're
flying
blind.
with us.
Then you're blind. You can't see. You can fly without you.
How's my healing going? Like, what kind of timeline are we
It's
looking
been
at here?
6 hours.
So I'm pretty much perfect then, is what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay.
If you can find food and you can actually rest, it would probably take you 2-3 days. With magical healing, you dramatically speed that up. So I would say even in 1 day, because you've been magically healed, you'd be fine. But since you're starving, you can't get that day. You know what I mean? Like, you expect it might take a week without food. But if you can get food, it'll just be a couple days. So it's more of how successful is your foraging and how much food can you get in your stomach. Because without being able to heal, your muscles can't rest.
Oh, well, look. I have expert foragery.
Good. Is that forgery?
Forgery.
Foragery
You have
or
advantage.
forgery?
Foragery.
No.
I can... Oh, no, actually, that is, you're right. To produce forgeries. That is what is so worthless.
Exactly.
I'm trying to,
I was like-
write a fake check or something. Like,
I
what kind of a
really think
worthless
in this
skill?
campaign that might be useful because we're going to go to all these major cities. If you
Wow.
can actually forge documents from other cities,
I'm an expert.
that could be great.
What a worthless
I
trick.
imagine your bird literally trying to bullshit somebody else. Well, I'm an expert forager.
That's it. I got a vaccine card. You can't. That's it. It's a thing.
Actually, I have a get out of jail free card.
That's it. Yeah, they should have let me out.
Let me out.
A letter from the king. Or the queen, I guess, in this case.
I die on stream.
That's it. Hey, that would get us some watches.
Eating peanut brittle.
Switch the camera.
No, the
That's it.
sad thing is they're going to miss it.
Asphyxiation! Oh, no, they won't miss it. We'll get this guy right here.
Once you have a
Watch it
following,
take.
then they watch you die on stream. They're all excited about it. But if you die on stream with no followers, no one knows you did it.
Look, here's the deal. We won't know unless you try. So, let's go. He's losing it! Alright, back to the
James
stream.
might be watching.
Yeah, really.
James, he would definitely watch it. He'd
Do you
use
think he woke up at 9 a.m. to watch that?
necromancy to try to talk to you or something afterward. I got a question about UPS. You need some help here.
All right.
Alright.
So we are traveling fast.
Oh, we're moving.
We have 8 days to go. We're going to actually use this little system it has about how to find out how much food you find and blah, blah, blah. Some of it might be a little tedious. And I think what's going to happen is when we get started, we're going to use these functions and find out if they're kind of neat and fun.
Fun run.
And then as they get to be more of a distraction, we're not going to do it. At a fast pace, you can go 8 miles per day, whereas normal is 6 miles per day, which means 30% faster.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get our travel down to sloop de doop bloop. We're going to get down to 5 days. 5 days tops. But what that's really going to do is going to create distance between you and the monsters. I mean, your pursuers, your drow pursuers. You really need to get ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is you cannot forage, though, while running fast. Oh,
Convenient.
no. You do not have food and water supply. You must forage to survive on your journey, but you can't do that while running.
Okay, well.
But you can run for a day or two, and then forage when you're real starving. Get good and starving.
How far are we away from this lake that we're inevitably going to have to...
Just explain that. 8 days.
That's how far we are from the lake? I thought that was...
Sloop de Blop is on the lake. It's the port you're going to hit as you touch the lake. It's the first point.
Oh, I see. We don't have to get to the port. It's just there.
Right. Yeah, no, but that's... You're right. When I showed you the map, it's kind of a coincidence that you're, like, lined up with the port going to the lake.
I got you.
Yeah.
Shloobity-doo.
Shloobity-bloo. All right, so this first day, we're definitely going to just run for it, right?
We got the runs.
We have a pursuit layer level. This is what we're going to do. We are going to make our pursuit level... Boom! You know the drow are right behind you, so your pursuit level is currently... begins at 4. This is our pursuit level. It is 4 out of 5. At 5, they catch you, And at 0, it's the opposite of 5. Because
Okay.
you're traveling at a fast pace, you're going to decrease your pursuit level for each day you travel fast.
Okay.
And so what you're going to do here is you're going to get away from the drow, we think. All right? But of course you can stumble and have problems. We're just going to get on with it. Who is going to scout for you guys, and who is leading the party? Do you have anybody in positions of authority? Like, do you have a relay person? Are you going to be in little squads? I would really like any preparations you guys want to make before I say you guys start going. You've taken your breath. You've made a plan. You decided to do a fast travel pace, and you're going.
I guess it could be helpful to be in like small little clusters
Mm-hmm.
so that we're not just one giant group moving and like catching any attention of people.
Okay.
Or if the drow do get close to us, it's not like, well, clearly that's them. It's a giant group of people running.
Right, but do you actually want to be in 2 different groups?
Don't
wanna
split the party.
There's actually real notes here for splitting into 2 groups.
Oh, I wouldn't say like split into 2 groups. But
Okay,
like,
because you need to be there to respond to each other's problems.
yeah,
So then-
yeah.
Isn't there a distance thing with our spores too?
That's
Right,
only
it only
like
You're
30
right,
feet,
30 feet. So
30
if you're
feet.
not
We gotta be
staying in a
close.
kind of close group, your telepathy is going to end.
Can we be in like 3 different clusters?
I'll allow that, and you're
29 feet apart?
I'll allow that you're in clusters for certain benefits.
Okay.
But as far as the party traveling, you're still traveling as one large group.
Mm-hmm.
You're going in little clusters, but you're going to have a forward and aft cluster, right? So tell me who's in the front, people that are first likely to scout problems and patrol.
Are we going to
And
do
tell
a
me who's
5
in the
meter
back.
staggered formation?
Well, you're going to have to do that when you're in tunnels, but in the big setup, you don't need to worry about that.
I still have 6 health, right? So I really can't afford to be in the back, or else Bird Boy's out.
Yeah, until we travel for a day, you can't roll hit dice. Well, you just took a short rest. During short rests, you can normally spend all your hit dice to heal. And during long rest, you normally heal to full. But again, because you're starving, you don't have those normal rules. I'm going to apply everything down a notch. So I'm going to say, after a long rest, after sleeping for the night, you're going to get to roll your hit dice. And on a short rest, you'll get back a little bit, right? So that's what I'm going to offer you. If you want to spend hit dice now, because you need the health now, you'll just get like your Constitution bonus.
Well, what's the word squad leader here? Are we?
No, it's a personal healing decision.
Well-
You have 4 hit dice, and you can spend some right now.
But it just depends on if I'm getting stuck in the back of the bus or if I'm kind of gonna be guarded by the masses.
You could be in like the middle group.
I'm in the middle
I
group.
feel like that would be.
Yeah, the back group's the most likely to get ambushed, and the front group is the one that is most likely to run into an enemy.
I thought they were coming from behind us.
The pursuers are, exactly.
Mm.
But there's also things in the path.
All right, I'll take the middle, and I will save my roll until we
All right.
find a Motel 6.
Who's in the front, who's in the back, and then we'll get on with it.
Do
You guys decide while I
you
read a
wanna
couple little
be
quick notes,
in
and then you
the
go.
same group in the front, or do you want to be in the back? Because both of us could tackle like anything that comes head on to us.
I could be towards the front, but I'm a human, so I don't want to be like front lead.
Mm-hmm.
So
So like
I'll-
in the front.
I'll be in the
little
front party, yeah.
Because we could be there together. Because then it's kind of like.
But I'll
whoever's
be
in the
like
back,
holding
if they
onto
get
your
caught,
shoulder,
they're
like I
just
can't see anything.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah,
then,
that'd be fine.
where's that big sucker that she's got control of? He wants
So
to be in the
me,
back.
you.
Don't you have a source of light?
Do we want to risk it?
Well, you can't travel with no light. I mean, you can't just walk. Well, there's light from the algae and glowing shrooms, and there's little bits of ambient light. So it's not like it's pitch black. It's not darkness.
So I can follow behind.
If, like you said, we're in clusters. As long as your cluster doesn't like have a problem, you can be in your cluster and you can follow their footsteps and you can travel with them. That's fine.
So being with me, you'd be able to see.
But if you were in your own cluster, you would not be able to see the next cluster over without a source of light.
So me, you, and.
This is our back group.
No, it'll be the front.
Front.
Oh,
group.
front. Who's in the front then?
Ren.
Ren's in the front. So who else is in the front with you, Ren?
Garnet.
He's in the middle. Garnet's in the front.
I'd say Stool should be towards the back. He can see
You need
the
him in the
dart.
middle to telepathy both clusters.
Oh.
So
Oh,
Sarah-
it gives me
so
30
Sarah-
feet from him.
because he's
He's the source of the spores.
Okay. Then Jim Jar can see in the dark, was that right?
Sure.
He's a gnome.
Oh yeah.
Back. That way there's someone that can see in the dark in each group.
Okay.
Um,
Where do you want a fish man? He'll go in the middle. He's your
we
support
go
team.
put Topsy Turvy in the back
Okay.
because I don't like them.
Okay. You say that to them?
No.
We don't like you guys.
Because
We'll be in the back.
Got Quagoth and Buppido. Or
ooh, okay.
Darendil
Darendil and,
is a Quagoth.
and Buppido.
His AC is 13, and Buppido's AC is 15.
Darendil is a tough guy. He has more health. He's a tough thing.
He's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Tough nut.
He could go in the front, right?
Okay.
What do we got?
And then she's a scout. So where you put
Oh.
her has a slight advantage. If you have her in the front, she's going to have a better advantage to discover things that are a problem. If she's in the back, she's going to give you a heads up if the pursuers are getting you.
I like this.
Like this? All right. Then what I need from you guys is a random encounters. Roll a d20, please. What was the thing when you're running fast? I want to understand the fast.
Just one.
Oh, it's like for the encounter. 13.
13.
Hmm?
That's a good one. I want that roll.
Oh, you know which one's 13?
Travel pace. -5 to your passive wisdom perception scores. Alright, so what you're really giving up is your perception check.
Minus
Sounds
5?
fair.
When you come across something, and then I check whether or not you see it, you're going to have a lower chance to see it.
Okay.
But you rolled a what? A 13?
Mm-hmm.
All right. After the first, I think I do this twice a day, right, or once a day. Sorry, I thought this would be more clear, but it's not super clear. I knew there was charts, and I was like, when we get to the charts, I'll just roll the charts. But I didn't think the charts were this like. Where's the thing that gives you the breakdown?
Wicked.
Right here, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. If only I had my wings. It's got the heck out of this thing.
Each day of travel, check twice. All right, there we go. It's not even in bold. All right, so the first half day, you guys don't find anything, and you travel with no encounter. Good for
Yay.
you. But what about the algae and fungus? You pass by a lot of mushrooms and things like that that you potentially could have eaten, but because you're traveling fast, you can't forage, so you just let them go. But you see many mushrooms.
Sure, I'm gonna go.
Don't eat the wrong one.
Yeah, I'll talk about them when we actually can forage for them. Some reason to describe the mushroom you can't eat. It's kind of pointless. Okay. But there's a bunch of exotic fungus. You're passing by things that look like sticks. You're passing by things that glow. You're passing by things that look like they're slightly on fire. All kinds of neat stuff.
It's like Stool's cousin.
And at one point, the fish guy will point out a special plant that's called zirkwood. And it says, notice that. That's zirkwood. And you see a massive mushroom. It can be 30 or 40 feet high. And he said, you know, if you're hungry, that one's there's a grain. You can mulch it and eat that. And you can make rafts out of it. So he's pointing out the zirkwood for the future.
Okay.
Obviously, you wouldn't chop down a tree and then carry it to a lake. We're gonna chop down a tree at the lake. But he's letting you know. That's the one we're looking for when we get time to make a raft.
Okay.
All right?
Zirkwood.
Yeah.
Alright.
Second roll for the day. The evening route, the evening shift.
Someone else want to do
I have terrible roll. Go for it.
D20. Now that's actually a great thing. You each roll a D20 at different times.
3.
3,
Oh.
nothing happens. Dun,
Yes.
dun, dun. And because of your fast pace, you get pursuit 3. All right. Anything else you guys want to do? You're hungry. You're starving. That's fine. You're making a fast pace, and people can starve for a bit. So day 2, fast or slow, or regular.
I guess we could go regular.
Again, Seraph is my little guy. He says, we can definitely keep this fast pace up for a bit. None of us are dying of starvation. But after a bit of keeping up a fast pace, we really need to
Okay.
forage.
Keep going slow then. I mean, fast. Sorry.
Okay? You gonna go fast again? Alright. You liked your formation? Nothing's happened yet. This Thunderdog's easy. Let's do it. Let's roll.
Your turn.
Tyler.
My turn.
Tyler's in the
which one?
middle. What's he rolling for?
Let's do it again.
No, I'm sorry. All right. That first night, you guys rest.
Oh, so we get.
You
we
can get back some
something?
hit dice.
So D10s.
Is that what yours is? Because mine's a D6.
Yeah, mine's
so.
a 10. And I get the 4 now, right? Because we gave me that for my level up, or no? We were just talking
Your
about
new
this
total
offstream.
is the higher total,
Yeah,
but you're still very hurt.
yeah. I'm saying, but when I'm rolling, do I roll 4 D10s instead of 3 D10s?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
So
Are we all rolling together, or are we doing this like?
everybody's hit dice can heal them naturally. So you're going to roll 40-10 to heal.
Okay.
And just roll it.
I don't have 4 before, but
And it's like we don't have to use all of them right now. We could just do one.
So this is what I'm going to do for this whole adventure. Unlike normal rules where you just heal, because life's great. Life's not great for you guys in the Underdark. So I'm going to let you guys roll your hit dice to heal every night. Some nights you'll need it, some nights you won't. Just like the normal rules, you'll get back those hit dice over time. But I won't give you those hit dice back over time unless you find food.
Okay.
So you have, it's like having healing potions. Your 4D hit dice, 40 12s, you're built out of 40 12 hit dice. Right now they're not used, right? So when you decide to use them to heal you at night when you rest, you'll gain hit points. But until you find food and rest again, you're not getting them back. But it's like having extra potions in your pocket, right? So think of them as a resource. You didn't get trashed in that big fight, did you? You got 28.
Yeah.
So you are hurt. So right now, you can take that healing as health, which is better in your life pool than in your pocket. Like, what's the point of having them in your pocket if you didn't die?
Yeah.
So you might as well get the life out of it, because that's how you get your life back. But then until you can find food, you won't restore your hit dice.
Okay.
how's my wings doing with my rest?
They're one and the same thing.
So,
They're effect-
so what do I have to get up? What do I have to get my health up to for my wings to be back?
You need
functioning?
2 nights.
2
This will be the
nights?
first night.
Okay. So here we go.
Oh, but you need food. I told you, because really, it's,
Still food too.
yeah. If you've because I said you need to have food for it to start, and you haven't ever gotten the food.
So can I spend the night foraging for food instead of sleeping?
No, you can only forage during the day when you travel.
I have really good. What if I find grub worms?
Just roll your hit dice. Are you gonna use all 4?
It's all been done.
All right, you've healed that much. Are you gonna heal?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll 2.
Okay,
7.
7. And how much you heal?
I'm gonna also do 2. 9.
9.
Oh,
So
I'll see.
gain that much life, and in your little hit dice box, I want an understanding of how many you have. So currently Tyler's at 0 out of 4, and you're at 2 out of 4, and you're at 2 out of 4. So that's just like a long-term healing pool. So your health can go up and down, and your hit dice can go up and down. But your health's going to go up and down from healing and taking damage and being healed magically. And your hit dice are going to go up and down from successfully resting and successfully eating. Okay?
Okay. I'm at 37.
Back at 32.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
That's the sprite
Yeah.
bird.
No.
And we said this is day 2, and you guys are going to try to go fast again. Right? That was the plan. Right? The second day of going fast. He wants you to slow down so we can rest better, because he wants to. He was hoping we successfully forage so he can start to heal his wings. But you guys, it makes sense. You guys want to get a little bit ahead at the very beginning.
I said 1 more day fast.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. And what was your roll for this day? You haven't rolled it yet.
Tyler,
Your D20.
D20 for the morning.
Yeah, I was laughing at the guy in the middle is rolling, but I don't care who.
Oh.
Hey, 16.
All right. We have a thing.
Oh, man.
All right, I need another D20. I'll roll this one.
That made it where we have something happen.
Oh, I thought 16's good. No? Dang it.
All right, I want the scouts,
Wait,
people in the
it
front.
said 3.
Who are you having be your scout, your vision check?
Oh,
It should be a fun run over here.
Okay, so she's gonna get a -5 because of the fast pace, and then you find out whatever her skill is. Her little skill section.
She has athletics, survival.
Survival. Roll her survival and take a -5. So what's she normally has a +6? She's only getting
She's a
a +1.
+6.
So she's only getting a +1 because of the fast pace.
Go fun run. Dang it. So we're at a 9.
She does not see it.
That does not bode well for us.
I'm going to use D&D Beyond on my phone to pull up the stat block of this monster. We're gonna have some fun.
Run.
I'm sorry, did I say monster?
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
you did.
Whoopsie!
I'm looking around, but I'm going to tell you exactly what's about to happen. While he's doing that, I'm going to find pretzels.
All right. Do we need an ooze? I need an ooze. A slimy monster. Well, this is my thing. It's probably gonna be here. I have 2 of the books actually. Check the other book as well.
Would we have a big one or only little ones?
I might use an object for it because I have an object. I saw an object. I passed it. I said, I'll go back for that object. I went back for it. Can't find it.
We've all been there before.
There we go. If you find one, we'll use it, but otherwise we're going to use this for now. All right. In the middle of the day, Eldritch Fun Run is walking near a puddle, and she points it out. She goes, avoid that puddle. And, your head's up, no reason to splash in the puddle. And as she walks around it, the puddle jumps at her. So she's avoiding the puddle. She obviously sees it. She just thinks it's, standing water and tries to get around it. And the puddle leaps out at her.
That's not good.
We would, need,
puddles.
we would need a bigger base for that, but that'd be fine.
Where's those 2-inch bases you got the other day, Tyler?
Here's one.
Yeah, if you put
Oh,
it
no, that's a
Yeah, that's
tiny.
the small one.
Check it on the table over there.
excuse me, what?
Yeah, there's one of them.
All right.
We just had a puddle leap at us.
This thing strikes out at her. It hits for 9, 10, 11 damage.
Ooh.
Now she has this little retainer system where she's going to have to roll a con check to that 11 damage. So she does not take a notch on her health. She takes 11 damage.
That's good.
Okay.
Here, good.
And now that it latches out, everybody she just like screams out like, ah, it's a jelly, it's an ooze.
Well, crap.
Now, I think right now all we have is short swords and shields, something like that, bucklers and short swords,
And
Yeah.
bows, right?
and
Yeah.
crossbows. Yeah,
Crossbows.
Oh, yeah.
you can't
no.
shoot poison bolts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll for initiative, everybody.
Three.
18.
Oh wait, 4.
Woo! Don't want to brag, but I got a 6.
All right.
Do you have a plus on your paper here on initiative?
Oh, I do. 2. Thank you. I rolled an 8. That's why you're the team lead.
Well, it went on 15. Everybody was surprised. Everybody skipped around. It's back to the top of the round, and it's going again. It's on her, so it's going to stay on her. And it attacks for a 13 to hit, or an 11 to hit, I'm sorry. What's her AC? Probably not good, right?
Her AC.
Because again, is that with armor or is that unarmored?
15. She's a medium.
Let me see the thing. Does it say like she has scale mail or something like that?
Scale.
How does she have 15 with no armor? There's no way this is real. Because your base would be 10.
It's too late. The paper already said you got to honor the paper. Go with it. You don't get to manipulate process. The paper is
No, I can
Can't.
totally manipulate this.
no.
Um,
Tell him speed.
no way. So she would have a 10 base, probably a 1 dex. It's like an 11. The shield makes her like a 13. She's got a 13. And it does maximum damage to her. It nails her in the little face for
That's very
14.
coincidental.
14 damage. Oh, it does acid. I'm sorry. She also takes
Shit.
3 from last round and 4 from this round. So in 2 rounds, first it hits her for 14, and then it whops right after that for another 16. So it is burning. Her skin is getting red and ash, irritated. It's boiling her face, and she's just getting clobbered by this jelly.
Glad I didn't go first.
Okay, who's next?
I don't want to go next.
You want to punch it? Or eat the jelly?
Garnet. Hey, girl.
Burn that sucker.
Do we know anything that would make it go away? Because it's jelly, so I would imagine it would just kind of absorb stuff. Absorb my spells.
I feel like you could set it on fire, right?
We could try.
I will totally.
I could try.
I will let your player's perspective match your character's perspective as you stumble upon new threats in the Underdark. But yeah, you've never fought anything in the Underdark yet. So, you don't know what it can
Okay,
do.
then I'll do firebolt.
Okay?
Which is 240 feet.
You summon a glob of fire and you shoot at the jelly.
Yep.
Do it. Tell me.
Fire glob.
1d10 fire. 4.
The fire whizzes into the jelly and causes sizzling and boiling and recoils.
Okay, so that's.
So fire seems to work.
Yep.
Okay, who's next?
I guess
Green.
I'll go next.
Do you guys need me to track a turn order? It's not that important, right?
Nah.
There's 11 on 1. He goes, and then all you guys go. But because of the clusters, I'm going to let you join the fight because you're the player, but these NPCs are not going to do anything.
Okay. I guess I'll try to hit it with my, can I shoot this hand crossbow at it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to do that. 4.
You shoot.
Unless I
into
get
the-
a plus something.
You
for that.
shoot into the darkness. And you don't know what happens.
I didn't have my glasses on, sorry.
Yeah. I didn't have my light sources on.
I can always see in the dark.
I know, but you shot with a 4, so we get to laugh at you.
Okay, well,
Okay, Birdman.
Alright. What am I rolling on here? A D20?
I don't know, what are you trying to do?
I'm looking around. I'm still looking at Fun right here. She has an invulnerability thing that might have helped her out.
Okay.
You want to try to nullify that like you did her AC?
What does it say?
It's up there at the top. What's that? A barbarian summonings? Why you do that?
3
on
times a
the-
day, Eldest summons the barbarian fierceness of her ancestors to become so fierce in combat that she's essentially impervious to attack. Ignores all damage taken in the attack. So do you want to do that 2 times?
I feel like she needs it. She's getting smacked around pretty fiercely, right?
Do
By
it.
this. We need it twice, so it's going to take away acid and everything. Is that how you're
It
running?
says invulnerable to 1 attack, so yeah.
Alright, so she's still healthy then.
Yeah.
Bet. Way to go, barbarian ancestors.
So she might as well have 6 boxes of health because she used to ignore 3 hits.
Exactly. Every day. She's a survivor.
Man,
That's why she's a
Buffalo's in the
funner.
back.
That seems bullshit.
He's like, I can't hurt
I
that.
forgot
I like
Buckido
that.
has that one.
Sacred
Or who,
Flame.
someone has the one where it's like you do the mind control.
That's him too.
It's him, yeah.
Mind Control and Sacred Flame.
Oops, we probably should have put him in the front, huh?
Very helpful.
Can
Well, maybe he'll be able to do it to the drow if they catch up. Or
maybe.
something in the back.
Where's my spells at? Oh, here we go. Level 1, yeah? And it has to be...
I know that you're a level 4 paladin. I have no idea what you can do. I haven't bothered to check.
What's the purple and what's the P in the circle mean? Next to my things. So like I have
Excuse me,
secret-
what?
I have there's one that's a circle and there's one that's a P. Next to first level, I
As
had
long as it
Searing
doesn't
Smite.
burn while you pee.
I know, well,
It's
Searing,
like the-
is that not like burning?
I'm not hearing your question.
I'm trying-
What does Searing Smite do?
Yeah, what does Searing Smite do?
I don't know what Searing Smite is. Is it a spell?
Yeah, it's a spell.
Can you cast spells at level 4?
It says first level,
Alright.
so yes.
Searing Smite.
Searing Smite. I'm looking for something that's going to burn this little mother.
This D&D Beyond. What a piece of crap.
Oh, we've all been there before.
It's a really good system, but they're such dicks with the fact that they require you to buy even like the handbook.
Screw them, go to Reddit.
Like, I've already bought 6 books. And you go, but that's in the basic rules. But the basic rules are free. So,
Alright, should I just make it easier and just try to smack this sucker?
I mean, easier would be you pre-read your spells. That would have been really easy.
No.
But you didn't, so we're going to look up Searing Smite in the book. And it's in the regular book that we have bought. We just didn't redundant buy the player's handbook on D&D Beyond. Because I thought buying the DMG, the Monster Manual, the Out of the Abyss, and 5 other books was enough. But no, I did not buy the handbook.
Hey, do we know that this thing's poison or not?
No, anything.
We don't know anything
You
about
haven't
it?
even asked me what
Well,
color it is.
she's burning.
Oh, that's true.
With-
Well, she's not burning, but she could have been. She summoned her barbarian ancestor.
I'm
Maybe
not going
like
to punish you guys.
One little spot.
Just generally speaking, this whole game, I'm not going to try to punish you as you do players. But I'm also not going to give you information if you don't even ask for it.
Well, my guy has like a whole detect poison and disease. I was wondering if
But that's a spell, right?
it is.
Yeah, it's like when the king starts choking and you go, did someone poison his food? You cast a spell to say, like, was the food poisoned? It's like a really useful investigation or screening check spell. I cannot find an S. I'm just being so paranoid. I don't want to get past it.
Searing Smite.
Searing Smite. Searing Smite is a first level evocation spell. You can cast the spell. It takes a bonus action. Okay? So on each turn, you get a bonus action and an action. So you're going to spend your bonus action to say, I cast the spell, Searing Smite. Okay? You can concentrate on that spell for a minute. So if it doesn't get used for a minute and you don't take damage, you're just like holding the spell. Okay? The next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, your weapon will flare with white-hot intensity and add an extra d6 fire damage and cause the target to ignite in flames. At the start of each of its turns until the spell ends, the target will then have to make a Constitution saving throw, and when it fails, it takes another d6 fire damage. But on a successful save, it then ends the spell. If the target or a creature within 5 feet of it uses an action to put the flames out, or douses the flames, or whatever, it'll also end the spell. So this does 2 things. It adds d6 fire to your next hit, and then lights them on fire for potential more personal damage.
Alright, so we're definitely going Searing Smite on this one.
Alright, so you cast the spell. The spell happens. You have this radiant flame ready with your weapon attack. The next thing you manage to hit will use it. Okay? So you come, you fly over there, right?
That was a good throw.
Yeah,
Actually, good
pretty
job.
good, pretty nice.
You're a winner.
Make your attack.
Okay, how do I know what I'm rolling for attacks?
You roll a d20 and you add the attack bonus of whatever attack you're using.
Do I get to use my smite if I do well on this one? Or is it something I have to wait till my next turn? Is that what kind of...
Your holy smite.
Well,
You give up spell
Searing
slots.
Smite.
Oh, yeah, the next time you hit,
Okay, so I got a 12, and then I'm on my...
you totally hit it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. It's a news. It's not very evasive. So you go, oh, bow, and you hit it with your sword, right?
Yeah.
But then the fire and burns it. Okay?
Burn, baby, burn.
Okay?
Yep.
How much damage did your sword hit do?
That's going to be pulled from...
Like d6 plus stat. It's in your little weapon chart. I
I
believe it's
have,
d6 plus 4 because you have a 4 strength.
Yep, I got a d6 plus 4.
And then add another d6 for your fire.
So,
And it'd be great if you use 2 different dice and you could say, that's my stab,
that was
that's my
totally
fire.
bad. So I'm at a total 7 there. That was
7 damage.
Garbage.
So you slash into him.
And he's burned now, right?
Mm-hmm. But the fire damage was 1, right?
One.
So you
Terrible.
slashed him for 6 and then did 1 damage in
It's not
fire.
well weighted dice. You see, that's the
Okay.
problem. And I
That's true. That's true.
So that fire
I
damage
wanna-
burns him. And he, like, as you're cutting into him, you're doing this, you're like, ah, he's like a puddle, right?
Okay.
So you, like, stab into the middle and you slash down, and then it burns that edge. And then, like, he now exists as, like, 2 separate slimes.
Ooh, no, it's doubles.
Thanks.
It's just bad. Just look at this 3 card.
Oh no.
Oh, it's 3 again. Are you serious? 3 threes. This is bad.
Waited.
Okay?
I'm telling you, I'm garbage.
Okay, actually.
Do we have a second little slime? We should. There's so many little slimes.
Okay. There's
What was
one
it?
good
It's
ish.
slime.
It's getting
Uh-oh.
better.
Where's the other booklet? Oh,
Oh,
you
look at you.
slime or you just have a
Oh my god, how did that
that's
happen?
weird.
That's crazy.
What?
I rolled like almost 1 through 6 in order.
Nice.
Order. That's why.
I just skipped the
What
one,
are
I
the
think.
odds?
Tell us, stream.
The weight just moves.
Right.
It's in there, but it's
Just it's in there.
Give me that book.
It's not in
It's the
there, but you can
There's a
look.
bunch of slimes, aren't there?
Oh, that's
Because
true.
the
I only know
You
of
have to
2
roll it
in the
in
DM starters.
opposite direction.
but I did the starter and
Because of the core, the magma.
yeah, you're
Underdark.
right.
The
Yeah,
magnetic.
yeah, I didn't do the Underdark yet.
Makes sense, especially with the gemstone.
I think there's a green one and that blue one I gave you.
It's got now you've all used a good juju. Does it start back at 1 now?
Oh, here, I find it.
Slime! Yes.
And you have a 2-inch space down there unless you just want
Hey,
no.
okay.
Look at it.
Well, now that it's split, if it's like kind of getting cute, then they're in
it's
smaller
going back
bases.
down.
Ah, there she is. Okay, she's back
Right.
at 1 there. You can only go up from there.
So put the slime next to the first slime because you're in melee with it.
Hey! Oh, this one's
Yeah.
green.
Yep. Now there's a green slime and a blue slime.
Green and a blue. And I'm alive. You shall not pass.
But you want to be right in the middle of the two
Oh,
slimes?
I'm stuck in the middle. Well, you
When
said
they
I sliced
recoalesce.
them, yeah.
You want to be in between when they recoalesce, right?
Well, they should be cauterized, right? Because I hit them with fire, so they
you hit him
should
with 1
be able-
fire damage. You got it.
That's it.
He is cauterized.
Cauterize that mug.
This is a good question. Are they both affected by that burning spell? Because you put the debuff on it and then it split.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say
Even though it's a really
they're-
pitiful roll.
No, but that's actually cool because now it's like a chain reaction. So now both of them are on fire.
This coop is on fire.
All right, the bad guy went first,
I don't.
and then
So
all
they're
3 of
in-
you guys went, right? But Eldith Fun Run did not go, right?
Oh yeah, she actually
She
she's ready.
evaded the
She's ready to
attack.
do some things. Let's
Okay.
see what this.
She gets back on her feet. What does she do?
All right, I'm gonna say she's gonna go for a +5 melee attack with a 5-foot reach, which means she needs to get up in the fray. She
Okay.
gets 2 attacks though, right? So it says 2 attacks, 1 target, hits on a d6 +5 slashing damage.
She'll yell at you
Yeah, she will.
Get
in her,
out of
in
the
her
way.
psychological mind speak. It's splitting. Don't slash it.
So Prince Daredevil is useless in this.
So she has a slashing attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so she has a range attack. How about we go range?
She doesn't,
So
have, she doesn't have that equipment.
Yeah, she does. We all got the hand crossbow.
All right. So she shoots a bolt at it.
She's gonna shoot a bolt at that thing.
Okay.
It's just gonna absorb it and get angry.
Yep.
All right. So what do we do here? Oh wait, no. It's a d6, right? So I roll d6.
Okay.
Oh, I got the 6. Let's go. The weighted dice.
Okay.
You didn't roll to attack.
Oh, here we go. Roll for the attack. I got a 9.
That hits.
Yeah, it
So
does.
she shoots it, hits it for a 6. It does damage to him. It's great.
Oh, it says I can hit 1 to 2 targets.
What? She actually has a ranged attack, like split move.
It says range attack 1 to 2 targets hit.
Oh, so she's like a ranger with the volley spell.
So she's
Or the
all
AoE.
like, tuck and roll. And then. Because you got to get the angle, just like.
Well,
on,
to save
mid-lane.
time, to save time for her in the future, whether it's meant to be this way or not, when you do your attack and damage roll,
Mhm.
you're going to apply the same dice roll to 2 targets.
All right, good.
That's kind of cool.
She's got an athletics +6. She could totally do that tuck and roll maneuver.
So you hit them both for a 6, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they both take 6 damage.
Losers.
Well, she's done something. She's did 12.
She's a.
All you do is split the monster in half
Okay, you're welcome.
and light it on fire.
Did we cut its health in half, or we don't get to know that?
You don't know, yeah.
Losers. Can I get a perception on it or something?
Sure.
Get a
Roll perception. That's a great question.
to see. You can she roll? I suck at rolling. Let's
Yeah, but
just
the
be
idea
honest.
is your idea.
Huzzah! Oh, hey, 14. What do I
There you
get there?
go. You notice that it was the size of a giant blob,
Okay.
and you cut the blob in half.
Yes.
And like all things, it is now in halves.
Okay.
And magically, each half is not twice as big. Each half is half of the whole.
So what the hell?
So
It kind of did decrease the size.
it probably is the same size of monster. It's just now in halves.
So you're saying-
Oh.
Is it bite size yet? Because I'm still hungry.
No, it's not bite size.
I could use a Jello shot.
I don't think you want the jello shot, but you can do it. D&D lets you do dumb things. Okay, Prince Darendelle doesn't want to be a coward, but he goes, I can't fight that, it'll split more.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll move on.
But we didn't split him with the arrow shot, right?
No, it was your sword slash.
It was just the sword slash. My foolish.
Yes, your sword slash.
Of heating death.
Alright. Both these two slimes being around you go, delicious. You've put yourself right in their body. You've wedged yourself in, you like snuggle up. Yeah! And they're going to collapse on you.
Ooh.
And this is actually very dangerous.
Yeah. Why did you put yourself right in the middle of them?
I had to get
You
in the middle
don't
to
have-
attack. Because it was like the range, like my little smite thing said I had to be, there was 0 range.
Right, no, I'm doing the
Okay,
I'm mocking
fair.
you for then saying, I stay right there, I stay right inside them.
You better move, because I'm
Next
fixing
time.
to
Next time.
come at it.
The first one's going to hit you for an attack roll and 2d6 bludgeoning. And the second one is going to hit you for an attack roll and 2d6 bludgeoning. Okay? And then they each deal acid damage. So this will be this one's acid damage, this will be this one's acid damage. And now we get to enjoy all this damage. Ready for this?
Whoa.
You're dead.
This is the first one hitting you and the second one hitting you, right?
Oh, the ones.
So,
There.
does a 16 hit you? Yes, for sure.
But a 3 does not.
And what is it, like a +3? A +4 to hit. Does a 7 hit you? No. So this hit, these dice, this acid, gone. I don't know what that was from. But this hit hits you for 7, 8, 9 damage and 1 acid.
Okay. So I'm like 10.
10 damage, yeah.
I've had worse.
Yeah. But still, that's 10 damage.
Back away.
So
Okay.
Can I get out of there now, or is it not much?
That's just his turn. Yeah, it's his turn. So I believe the order was Lauren next, and then, or was it Sarid next, and then Lauren, and then Bird? I know Bird's last.
Of how we just went?
We just went. When you guys set a loop, it stays in that loop.
Okay.
I don't need to write a
so,
fucking
yeah.
note down every time. If it's them, us, I'll let you pick. I don't really care.
Yeah.
If there's really an important fight, I will determine it. But I'm doing some of these rules to speed things up. But
Yeah.
you've picked an order, and now you're going to stay in that order.
Is Garnet next?
Okay. Because I was going to do Burning Hands.
It's
It's a
call.
cone of whatever, but Birdman's in the middle, so I don't want to singe his
But
feathers.
you guys are hungry.
That is a good point.
Oh,
KFC is on the menu.
KFC, definitely.
KFC.
Are you more of a Popeyes or more of a KFC?
Ooh. I do like Popeyes.
Let's ask your burning corpse.
He's Chicken Express.
You gotta have the gravy.
So,
I'm going to say that as a bird, your tactics, normally you would be stabbing in the head and staying flying. And she could burn under you. So your tactics are what you're used to, but because you can't fly, you're really out of your element, and that's why you're being so dumb.
It was just my stupid move required me to be right up on top of the guy.
but you didn't have to. You could have
Well,
backed
let me
away,
clarify.
or just
After stabbing, you could have backed up.
Oh, I see what
Or
you're
position yourself not in between them.
yes. So I could have got at least one, maybe.
Like if you would just walk to the back end of them, then she could come and burn the front end of them. But this is great, because this is funny.
I guess I'll shoot another
It's okay.
firebolt to the blue one.
Alright, firebolt the balloon again. You can Burning Hands one of them and just light them
Okay,
up.
then I'll Burning Hands.
You just
the
won't
blue
get
one.
the AoE-ness of it. Burning
Burning
Hands is a
Hands
great
is
spell. You just roll 3d6.
3d6.
It's never, now put yourself in position and get your little, how close is that? It's like getting
15 foot
feet away.
cone.
Yeah.
So
So you get roughly 3 inches away, and boom, and it can't miss. It's going to hit him. Oh,
7 plus 5 is 13.
13
12.
damage. 12 damage.
12.
5, 9 times 12. Okay, also, The left one got burned for 2 damage, and the right one got burned for 4 damage. Remember, because they are on fire because of your cool
You're
flamey
welcome.
split attack.
Shit.
And now you've done 12. So this one that took 4 fire damage and then your 12 damage, it's dead. The blue one is dead.
Yay.
And the other one has been split and then shot by Eldritch Funrun and then lit on fire for 2. And now I check whether it cleared its fire. What was the check on Searing Smite? Can't check. Continue beyond's done. It's still on fire.
Burn, baby, burn.
So, knowing how much damage she just applied to kill it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It took 6 bolt from Fun Run. Then it took 2 fire from you. Then it took 12 fire from her and it died. So the halves have roughly 22 health. And
Now
that
you
other
get to
half was shot for 6 and then burned for 2.
So they considered to be have-nots?
Well, this half
They're
might
almost
even
about
half
to be
again.
have-nots.
Yeah,
So now
exactly.
it's Ren.
Yeah, it's Ren's turn.
Ren.
I'm going to try to shoot another bow at it from where I'm at. I'm gonna try this hollow metal dice.
Yeah. Hollow metal.
Shout out to me.
Ooh.
Hey, that was
16.
actually very legible.
You hit it. What are you hitting with? Another bolt?
Crossbow.
Okay.
Crossbow.
Okay.
You call that a bolt?
The crossbow shoots bolts, like a bow shoots arrows. Crossbow shoots crossbow bolts.
Oh, okay.
So like the little thing that comes out of it
Heard
is a
that.
bolt.
So what's the? Do I do a roll for the
Yeah,
damage? Or
yeah,
how does that
same
work?
damage. It's damage. I think it's D6.
Okay,
I
I don't
can-
have like
The hand crossbows.
the info on it.
Yeah, I think it's D6, but I'll look at it.
We could just say it's a 20.
It's D6. Just roll it. If I adjust it later, I will. But
Ooh.
Better than a 1.
all right.
Too soon. Too soon.
So how much damage?
You're traumatized. Okay.
How much damage was that?
Damage is 1d6.
I've-
Piercing.
Okay.
And you
3.
add your dex when you're shooting with it. So
Oh.
3 plus your 1, 4 damage.
Hey.
If you want to write it in, just put it in
Yeah.
hand crossbow, and then its damage is its attack roll is your proficiency plus your dex.
Oh.
So your
Wait.
proficiency I think is 2, and your dex is 1. So you're having a plus 3 to your hit,
Okay.
and then its damage is D6 plus dex. So in this case, D6 plus 1.
Okay.
Okay. And if you want to drow poison it, yeah, I think you guys have a tiny bit of drow poison, like 2 uses of drow poison,
Oh.
because you would have gotten a little bit of drow poison with the crossbow bolts.
What does the drop poison do?
I think it poisons them, which gives them a bunch of disadvantages while they're poisoned.
To an already acid.
It's already almost dead.
Jelly.
Right, no, you're not going to poison this thing, yeah. I'm just saying, you have a couple doses of drow poison. Hypothetically.
Okay.
Metaphorically speaking.
Metaphorically, hypothetically. Alright, Bird.
Can I go with Fun Run first since she has her
Fine.
Shay Shay? Okay, so we're gonna attack. We're gonna go for the bow attack again because
Okay.
apparently the melee thing doesn't bode
Sure.
well.
Doesn't bode well.
I think it's a 7.
To hit?
Yeah.
What's your bonus? It's not. It's at least a 1. You hit it.
Bet. Hey, it's a 5.
Alright, she just splatters it, and so little life left. It's like, "Meh," and starts to try to recoil and get away.
Eat it! Somebody.
It's now your turn. Do you want to let it go, or you want to splatter it?
Smite it.
What if it
You want to
has
bring
healing
down glorious
properties?
fire?
What if
You
I
could ask the Underdark denizens. Does the acidic slime have healing properties?
to my wings. Maybe it like operates differently in the Underdark.
The little Koatar looks at him. Yeah, we could try putting the acid in your wings.
Yeah, right. What
That
about
just doesn't sound right.
No, it does not sound right.
I don't
this-
want to let him go.
This is called an ochre jelly. It should definitely be murdered.
Yeah, let's murder it.
Alright, you stab it one more time.
He's gonna split if I stab it though, right?
It's so low life, it cannot split further.
Alright, so let's do an attack here.
So you splattered it.
11,
Okay, you hit.
5.
You just you start smashing it. And it splits in
Yeah.
2 drops. So you splat it, it splits, and you start you crush it to paste.
Ah, split it.
And the magical forces that keep the ooze alive, they just kind of like they can't keep it alive when it's too splattered. Like how else do you damage an ooze? You break into pieces.
So it just sizzles
And
out.
now you're looking at a dead pile of acid. Sareth will come running up to like join the fight. What was it? What did you come across? What's everybody fighting over? And you guys are like, it was a jelly. He's like, how many? One. Like,
Oh,
that's it? It's like, ugh. He's just so disappointed in you guys. Our whole travel stopped because we walked by one jelly. Because these things are everywhere. You actually stop to deal with a jelly? Idiots.
Could we have just went past it?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
You could have easily detected it and avoided it, but she failed to detect it.
Oh.
And she even called out, hey, there's a puddle, don't step in it. Not knowing it was a living jelly, and it jumped her.
Okay.
But yes, if you could have detected it, you completely could have
Like
avoided
poked it. She's like, don't step on that.
it. Yeah, don't step on the one.
Don't step on the puddle.
She's like, if that thing's alive, this would be a problem, and just walks right by. And then goes, ah.
There's no XP for killing the jelly?
Yeah, there's some XP, but I mean, it's
Sure,
chump
well.
change. We are on what's called a milestone system, where I will just level you,
Okay.
or you can actually track XP. If you're in milestone, you will level 30 times faster.
I don't want to go.
Like
That's too much.
by the book,
Too much power.
it's you need thousands and thousands of experience to level up, and that fight would have given you like 50. It makes no
take it.
sense. And we're gonna level up like every other session or every session, So it is frustrating to kill something and not feel like you got a reward. Like that's just classic D&D. You want some experience,
I'm definitely
and so
feeling the frustration right
I
now.
will tell you, like, yes, you got some XP. Oh, absolutely, it's working toward your next level up.
Don't toy with me.
plus some XP. You got plus some XP.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. You could use some magical healing if you want to, or you get back on them. Everybody's like stumbling. These like the caravan's like crashing to a halt. They're like, okay, well, if it's gone, let's go. You guys are trying to make
we gotta
fast
get
pace.
back to the move. Let's get going.
All right. For the record, sadly, the encounter, even though it was fairly short, counts as slowing you down. This went back up to 4.
Ooh, I'm so scared.
I know. All
Where
right.
does Birdman go back?
I'm back to my middle here now.
In the middle, the
Alright.
safe spot.
You reposition yourselves.
Gotta
Whatever.
stay away from the deadly
All right.
layer of Garnet since I was off in her business. while she was
Second
trying to point stuff.
phase of the day. Roll it. Who's rolling? Your second phase of the day.
Didn't I do the last
I
one?
will. I'll roll. 16?
You find. Dun, dun, dun.
What is it? What is it?
Oh, so like a high wasn't necessarily the best roll.
This is the opposite. High's bad.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Frequency.
how
High
You
is
should've let me
stuff.
roll.
High is stuff.
No, we know. So many dice.
Charts upon charts upon charts.
Dang.
That's what
Can't
I'm
just
doing.
roll one number?
Charts upon
Wait,
charts.
what?
Like when you eat
Oh,
Taco
you
Bell
said
for
charts.
breakfast.
Charts, jeez, not charts.
That's when you eat Taco Bell
Every
for
time that
breakfast
you
and
said that, it
lunch.
sounded like shark.
I definitely
Like, why is
heard
everybody else laughing?
Like I'm just sitting here going like, I know there's delays. I just gotta explain why. It's because of charts upon charts.
There's a bathroom, John.
Well, hold on, guys. I have more charts. Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
This thing mentions a monster, puts it in bold, but it's not in the book.
We could just skip it.
Wow.
Oh, really? We really should.
It's the only solution.
138. It isn't here. It just isn't on D&D Beyond because, of course.
You have to pay another
I
$50
know.
to
Well, this is one of the books I did pay for, and it didn't come up. So how fucking triple down. I paid for it, and it doesn't show up.
That's the beyond part. Sharks.
Purplish mushrooms with root-like feelers growing from its base and creeping across the cavern floor.
I don't like it.
Stalks protrude from its central mass, and as you walk by, they lash out and try to eat you. So this was a mushroom, like 1,000 other mushrooms you passed, but this was actually a living mushroom. It's just very similar to that slime. As you try to approach it, it is going to try to attack you. Let's find out if our scout actually notices this time. Roll her perception check.
D20.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it! It's a 3.
We're gonna
Because
make
of the pencil.
we're gonna make the same gag.
Dang.
She points out with her little hand gestures. You know, this. Why she make hand gestures? She telepathically speak to you silently. Never mind.
She's
She
not
just
used to
says,
it. Oh.
"Hey guys, this type of fungus can be alive. Make sure you avoid." It reaches out, grabs her. You see her head get pulled in.
Man.
Right on
She's
call.
just
She's
not-
aware of what to avoid, and yet absolutely flubbing these rolls. But to be fair, I'm kind of setting her up as a gag here. When the violet fungus is not in motion, it is indetectable. So even if she rolled a 19, it would have been the same narrative story. But we know that she actually rolled terrible, and her roll went negative. So this is making it extra funny. This is gonna get a little
Will it turn
ridiculous.
into a mushroom guy?
No.
Fungus?
Well, yeah. If it eats her, her body will.
Ooh.
Not exactly. It'll turn into like a rotting zombie corpse. The fungus makes D4 attacks. I've never seen this. It attacks twice. It doesn't even know how many times it wants to attack. It randomizes how many times it attacks every round. They both miss. So she's pointing. Is this like with, the scene with the zombies, where you like hold its head? It's like if these things are alive, they're completely indistinguishable from regular plants. And then it goes, "Rah!" And she goes, "Whoa!" And then it's like reaches its little tentacles out, and she's just like holding the stalk back as it flails.
Alright.
And she's like, "Wow, I was right." And she holds it back as you guys pass.
So we're gonna keep on running.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that as her success failure. She succeeded in understanding what it was, failed in detecting it, which is automatic because you can't detect these things; they're completely undetectable. But then it failed to attack her, and we're just gonna cancel them right on out.
Alright.
So she holds the stock back and shows you guys how to move past, and you move past. I'm not gonna count that as an encounter; that actually slows you guys down, and you mush along. All right.
Alright.
Day 2 is over. If you have any remaining hit dice, you can use them, but you can't recover any because we have not eaten.
Okay.
And then we're going to begin day 3.
Not even one for resting.
And then going slow, I'm going fast. Lowered that again, but of course you lost the one to the encounter, so you just kind of broke even for the day.
I'll do one of mine.
Okay.
Ooh.
One.
We've all
And
been-
also, you add your con to each one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't do that last time.
Then you should have 6 more health from the con from before.
So I get +5?
Each dice you consume has a +3.
Oh, +3? I was looking at that chart.
But you consume 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
So you should have 6 more than you think you
Oh,
do.
good. Then I'm
Yeah.
healthy.
You roll the dice, but it gets your con bonus on each dice each time. So you're fine. Yeah.
I'm back up to speed.
Back up to 30. Yeah. And so everybody's good in health except you because you're a bird.
I'm 10 now.
Caw.
Oh yeah. Still no recoup on the wings, huh?
No, I told you 2 days once you've eaten. You have never eaten.
I'm about to eat that freaking little shroom over there.
So now you have an ulterior reason to definitely want to forage and get food. So you should press that upon the party and the person making decisions to go fast. Because you can't forage when you're going fast.
The wings smell like almond. The wounds are getting gangrenous. They need to heal. Hey, you know what? I have, don't I have like really good persuasion?
You don't need to persuade Lauren if she just agrees with you.
I don't know. She's
I don't know.
Yeah.
pretty hell-bent right now.
Roll it.
The bird
Roll your
died.
d20.
Yeah, that's it.
Roll your d20. Roll your d20.
Are we really doing this, or was that real life?
Yeah,
What
I'll
if she
because
wants
you.
to do it? She could be a benevolent king.
Then she'll ignore your
Queen.
1.
Dang it! I totally rolled a 1.
He comes to you and tries to plead to your better half by saying, "I ain't eat you, bitch." So his persuasion is the absolute opposite.
I got a rumbly in my tumbly.
So he just completely foot and mouths and has a terrible reasoning. But his point is he's hangry.
That's great.
You have anger paladin. He is a vengeance paladin.
Yeah, which
So
makes
when he gets
angry.
angry, he's like, "I'm gonna smite you."
That's it. I'm gonna
And if I had more spells per day, I'd shove them right up here.
And that's it.
You say that part, but you didn't say that it's because you're hungry and we're not slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I would have.
That was very funny.
It's terrible. We need to,
This is such a personality trait now for your character.
we need to hold somebody hostage and threaten to kill him.
You're vengeance hangry.
That's it. I'm gonna hold someone.
If you guys want some of this toffee, it's really, really good.
I don't want to talk to you today. Watch out.
Well, I ate a bag of it. I mean, I ate the other half of the bag of it.
Yeah, you did.
I'd rather not have it sitting there while I eat the other half of the bag.
Look away.
Ooh, donut stick?
Yes.
A donut stick?
Yes.
Interesting.
They're amazing.
Looks like
You can find them in the little video.
looks like it was
What does it
extruded
look
through
like?
an orifice.
Jeez.
I used to pick those out when I was little, and my mom would say I could have like
Yeah,
one
they're
snack
good.
cake
It's
thing.
like a
I'd pick
giant date
those.
shape.
And she's like, for real? Out of everything, like not zebra cakes, nothing, a donut stick?
That's how I feel my wife.
Cakes are good too.
She'll eat a few things that to me, like, there's certain things you eat when you're poor, like ramen noodle. When you're a poor college student, you eat ramen noodle. But then let's say you're rich and I'm going to eat some ramen noodle. You look at them and you're like, what? Didn't you have to eat that because you had no money? Why would you elect to eat that, right?
It's like
Now you have
reminiscing
choices.
now when you
But there's
eat
at
the
least
ramen.
higher quality versions of ramen noodle. Don't get the 4-cent version. Get the one that has moisture in it. So she'll eat these cakes that I go like, isn't that the cheapest and shittiest version of a snack cake you can possibly get?
I don't know,
And
man.
she's
Those
like, I
double
like
hits
'em.
Sometimes, yeah, they're good.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what it is. They're just, to her, they're nostalgic, and so she's eating this thing that I go, I won't even eat it.
He's
Too
like,
fancy.
I got
Like
standards.
Oreos have a spot where you dip them in the milk and you eat the Oreo, and it's good. It's okay, right? But like if I try to eat Chips Ahoy, I'm like, this is cardboard.
Man, there's a
Oh,
lot.
the
Those
regular
soft and
ones.
chewy ones
Those
though
are
are not bad.
Yeah,
bad. There's
the
a-
chewy ones with
Chewy ones
peanut
are
butter
good.
in
It's
them
called
too.
Chips Ahoy Chewy,
Yeah, there's like soft and chewy.
and that's like their premium version of their bad
That's
product.
what I think because I don't like the crunchy cookies.
The regular Chips Ahoy cookie to me is so low
Yeah.
quality. And when I was a kid, Famous Amos was like a high quality Chips Ahoy. But I've noticed
Never
now
heard of
Famous Amos feels like it's low quality. Like they just went off a cliff.
It was COVID.
What's ironic now if I want a good cookie, I'll go to the regular grocery store and get a regular like store brand box of cookies, which should be the cheapest thing. But they're actually made fresh and so they taste great.
Yeah.
All the packaged stuff is terrible.
One man's
You know, half of that stuff isn't made fresh and it's just frozen, and they just heat it up.
And that's how bad Chips Ahoy is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That frozen heated up crap tastes fresh, and Chips Ahoy tastes like cardboard.
Yeah.
So what must they do to that food?
Right? That's true. That's true.
All right, so we're resting. It's
So we have rested our
the
second day.
night,
that was campfire
day.
conversation right there.
Alright.
Yeah. You guys have some banter.
of which we do have a
And
campfire somewhere.
You wake up for day 3 to a horrific scene.
Oh no.
I don't even know how to explain what you're looking at.
So we keep walking.
There,
Half our party's dead.
Yay.
only one part of your party.
We can eat him.
Eldrith Funrun,
Oh man, he's been
Is
after her
missing.
for a minute.
and after
Oh.
not even a very long search, you just kind of expand your ring of looking around. You find blood trail, and you follow that blood trail to a scene that is grotesque. She has been killed,
Oh no.
and
Lame.
make an investigation check. I think it's called investigation in this game. It's like your figure it out skill. Yeah, there's a
Minus
Sherlock Holmes
1.
skill. Everyone can roll investigation.
Oh, everyone
Okay.
can. Nope.
Oh,
4.
1.
All right, you guys know exactly what happened.
Oh, come on.
I got an 8 plus
Yes.
1. I got
Yes.
9.
Clearly, what's the joke with the Hillary Clinton suicide joke? That if you do stuff politically and then you commit suicide. She clearly committed suicide. You guys don't know this joke? It's like an
No.
obvious internet joke. Man.
You're on a different side of the
We'll take your
internet.
word for it. So, what happened there, buddy?
She clearly committed suicide and chopped her body into little pieces.
That seems improbable.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were
exactly.
still telling the Hillary Clinton story.
No, well, that's
She clearly did.
that's how people use it. Like when they hang themselves in prison, but it was clearly they were murdered, and they go, "Oh, they must have hung themselves in prison," and you go, "No, that was a murder scene," and you're just pretending that they killed themselves, like Epstein. It's literally the Epstein joke that he
Well, it turns
killed
Epstein
himself
out
from.
it was Hillary.
That he yes, but they're saying Epstein killed himself
So
when.
Hillary killed Epstein.
Oh, shut up!
Oh, okay, you're gonna let it go now? Where are we going?
You're
we
combining
doing?
two things. I'm not combining.
Wait a minute. So what happened at McDonald's again?
She, from the looks of it, she was ritualistically cut apart and flayed.
Okay. But we did so bad, we think that she committed suicide?
No, that's a joke.
Oh.
Yes, but with
We
your
got
one, you probably said it. What,
That-
maybe she just
I was
couldn't.
the first
Maybe
one
she
to
just
like-
couldn't take it.
She
And
chopped
they're like,
herself to
yes,
bits.
she chopped herself to pieces. And you're like, yeah, good point.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
hungry,
shot
sorry.
myself 3
Oh,
times.
sure, now you're
Right.
hungry.
I
Yeah.
shot myself. That's exactly what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
okay,
That's
now I
just
get
like
it.
written off.
Yeah, she shot herself 3
Yeah.
times in the face. Yeah.
McDonald's is doing 50-cent.
You only shoot yourself once.
I just had McDonald's last night.
I'm about to have it today. 50-cent double cheeseburger.
If you have a
Let's
McRib,
go.
you'll be eating it for like 2.5 weeks.
Ooh.
It slowly passes through your system.
Until Hillary Clinton gets a hold of you.
Yeah, I hear
Then we
those
don't
are
know what's
good
gonna happen.
though.
There's a thing I saw that's so funny. He goes, every 2 years, McDonald's brings back the McRibs, and it is absolutely disgusting.
They're
And my
amazing.
brain takes 2 years to forget this.
Wow.
And then they bring it back, and I try it again, and it's horrible every time.
It seems like
the
it would be like
best.
the TV dinner, like fake rib, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
fun.
Yep,
Yes.
that's exactly it.
That's it.
I would probably love it.
But then they put on a really bad bun.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not a bad. It's a McDonald's bun,
It's
so
just
it
a-
already
yeah.
is a bad bun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
But you're just eating, bread paste bread.
Alright, so what are we doing about Eldrith Fun Run?
We're gonna turn her into a McRib.
She already is.
Can
a
we
Mc-
eat her?
I mean, nothing's physically
Garnet
stopping
can
you.
Alright.
catch her on fire
Look.
and cook her, right?
I was about to say, one way or the other, we're either going raw or cooked. But my bird is eating
her
some
organs are on site. They have
Good.
been tossed around, but you get the impression it was not accidental.
consensual.
It wasn't animal. These aren't animal scratches. She was cut to pieces.
That's
Mm.
Good. I'm
Let's
still
eat her.
eating her.
So we're cannibals now?
I'm not a human, so I'm not a cannibal.
Alignments. What's your alignment?
Oh, I'm chaotic neutral.
You're in.
I'm vengeful.
Well, no, but you're the vengeance god. You're the vengeance arm of a good god.
She pissed me off.
It's
It's irrelevant. This is about. I'm just telling you, my guy's
Where
eating
does it
this,
say
eating
that?
something from this human.
My
I got-
ideals?
Oh yeah, right here. So it'll be
Yeah,
on like
neutral.
your second or third page.
Well, I know he's good. He's a
Oh,
paladin.
I don't have any.
I'm good. I'm a paladin, but this isn't about good or bad. This is about survival. So I'm
You're
eating.
chaotic evil. I'm just joking.
I am chaotic, because I'm a... Okay.
You
So
are
she'll
chaotic
cook him
evil?
for me?
Chaotic
No, we're
evil.
joking around.
Nice. So we'll
She's
do
gonna
it.
cook him for me then?
Oh, you
Or-
got a whole nother game going
She's
on here.
definitely willing to cook him for you.
All right.
Now, I have a real issue with you. It depends on your god, and you haven't told me who your god is.
Well, I don't know.
And
because
you're a
I-
bird.
I had brain loss.
And you're
so
a bird.
another-
So you eating a dog this is more like a human eating a dog. And you can be like, what do you mean? You can't eat a dog, but it's not a human.
It's not a
Right?
human.
So even if you're going to have a qualm of cannibalism, it's not cannibalism for him.
I'm not a cannibal.
And the rest of you guys aren't good. So I'm not going to stop anyone from eating her.
I'm eating her. What do I got to roll to show you my first bite?
Sereth is like impressed. He's like, hey, at least you guys are taking survival seriously.
This guy-
The gnomes will eat her. Everybody in the party will eat her. You're absolutely right.
Sure.
Everyone will eat her. So
Okay.
so
there is not a moralist in the party other than spiritually moral is the fish man, who he totally eats humans, and the paladin, who's a bird who's leading the charge.
That's it.
So everyone goes, yeah, and they're making excuses in their head. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Waste
You
now.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Listen,
They're
we
all
got
excited.
Chef Gordon Ramsay over there. Let's
Well, this means you have tons of real meat. If you guys are gonna legitimately strip her, preserve her and
You need to
cook
get
her,
that bone back anyways, the 2 lost from that turkey, so...
you do have 2 more turkey legs. Right, this is what your character's doing. You're just using the delusion. You're like, it's turkey legs.
Yeah.
Still in the delusion.
Yeah, it tastes
Everything is
the same.
turkey.
It's like a cartoon when you see the oasis and then all of a sudden the sand looks like it's an oasis. You start eating sand.
That's how she's justified.
Well, I don't want to get into the details. It's a little gross, but just logistics of it. You are fully stocked on food. I don't know what else to say. If you're gonna eat, how much did she weigh? 60 pounds.
I
She's a
can't believe
dwarf.
She's dead.
She's a dwarf.
Such a shame.
Well, she wasn't doing so well, so
Now, obviously, you guys don't have salt. You don't have a way to preserve the meat. So I'm gonna say basically, you have all the food you can eat today and tomorrow,
Okay.
fair
and then you'll have
enough.
to forage again. Now, at that point, you might as well go fast because you have no
Yep.
reason to forage. Because even if you found the food, you can't really carry it.
And my wings are good?
In
2
2 days? No, it hasn't been 2 days.
It has. We've
You
had 2
just
rest
ate
periods.
6 seconds ago.
I just did it in a different order. I
Right.
rested and then I ate.
Exactly.
So I'm good.
And it has already been
Exactly.
2 days.
Exactly.
It's already been 2 days.
No, I slept
and
for a
I'm
week
rested.
and I drank. Why am I drunk now?
Exactly. So I'm good. I got it. I'm alive.
All right, you guys gonna go fast paced today?
So
Yep.
we get some dice. Do I get some health dice back now that we've eaten?
No, you just have eaten.
Wow. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
so when you said like 2 days ago,
No,
that
no.
we get dice back.
You're right.
eating.
When you rest tonight, you will heal and recover the hit dice you had spent.
Oh, okay.
Some, yeah, but it hasn't
Some
happened
or which
yet.
one?
We'll go over it when you rest.
We're resting now.
No, you're not resting yet. You just
We're
woke
just
up.
eating. We just woke up. We're eating. We're going fast.
Oh, that's right. You woke
It'll
up.
make sense. It'll work out. You just woke up.
I do have one question though.
Mhm.
Did Sarith see what happened? Because don't dark elves not have to sleep?
That is a great question. You want to question him?
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm getting deep into some lore over here.
Duh!
This girl.
Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, do it. Role play it. Let's go.
Okay. Hey Sarith, were you sleeping last night?
This is a trick question. You know dark elves don't sleep.
I know, I'm just trying to be funny, lighten up the mood here since we just ate a person.
No, we don't sleep, but we do get bored, which is what I've mostly been.
So, did you see what happened or hear anything since you were just sitting around bored?
I saw absolutely nothing. I sat in the camp all night, and I didn't hear any ruckus. Nothing out of the ordinary. Now, just to fill in some details, even though we didn't really set them, there was a watch rotation. So there would have been periods of time when some people were awake, some people were asleep. He's like, no, rotation went normal. We had our watch. She was on guard for some point. I wasn't paying that much attention. I don't remember her wandering off. She didn't say anything. Nothing happened during the night.
So some invisible force took her.
Or he just didn't notice.
Or he did it.
Or he's lying. Can we check to see?
Ooh, do.
He's got.
Roll whatever you want to roll.
Can we truth serum?
Trying to detect if someone is lying or not lying would be the insight skill.
Insight? Okay,
Mhm.
that's -1. Investigation is +0.
That's
I
yeah,
got
I agree with
+2.
you.
Do that.
Yeah, but insight is your emotional, empathetic telling. Well, she's talking to him. There's a
I roll well
there's a
anyway.
thing where every person rolls individually, and 3 of them get a 1, and one goes a 20, and go, oh, I figured it out. So I need the person driving this to be the roll. Otherwise, we just have 5 rolls,
I like
Okay.
it.
and then dice don't matter,
Okay.
But
So I can do investigation, you're saying, or it'd be a little different?
I'm going to give you both. Whether you instinct or not, you could then investigate. But instinct is automatic, or insight. Insight is automatic,
Okay.
and it happens.
That's a 3. So it would be a 2.
Yeah, you can't read him. He could
So-
absolutely be lying, you think, but he also could be telling the truth. He doesn't seem upset. He doesn't seem like he's lying.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that, excited, issue. So, yeah, you don't get any read.
Okay. You're saying now I can do investigation?
If you wanted to then investigate the crime scene and look for, there's blood spots on your shoe, you can do an
Oh.
investigation.
Okay, so I can kind of investigate his person, the guard station,
Of course,
maybe?
absolutely. And if there's a real problem and you need to investigate, then you just say, we're going to investigate this,
Okay.
right? Now, as you even begin that investigation, It's funny that you're accusing him, and he's the one that's supposed to be my voice to be a thorn in the side, So now it's gonna make him look guilty. But he goes, I don't mind you investigating, obviously, but how much time are we gonna spend on this?
Suspicious.
Don't have a lot of time.
One quick roll.
Yeah, right. Just it'll take me 2 seconds to roll the dice.
I'm just a little inspection.
Just a
here.
little inspection. If you want to do a full.
The dice have not been enough.
Or wait, you weren't done talking. So that just doesn't count, right?
Now that you know your investigation failed, you have no reason to waste the time on a real investigation. So now I have to give you different choices.
Okay.
After a hasty can't even speak.
Go talkie boy.
Josh talking. Take 2.
There we go.
After a hasty investigation, you discover nothing, and you have to spend real time investigating further. If you do that, we will be doing the rules as if you traveled fast, but you won't get the benefits of traveling fast. Because you lost time and then traveled fast.
Come on, this was a key member. We got to figure out what's going on there.
I don't disagree.
Honor the dinner.
We're eating a... We gotta find out what happened. It's really important. Her bones need to be laid to rest properly. While you eat her, you're trying to honor her.
We're going to need to explain this indigestion here in a little bit.
I am the ghost of your lunch.
She wanted to go the furthest anyway, so.
Somebody's over here farting.
Yeah, she won't be fighting.
How convenient.
So it's either investigate in full or don't investigate at all.
You did investigate, and you rolled a 6. So I'm saying after a hasty investigation, you're like, we'd have to interview people and like really investigate and spend a couple hours.
Yeah. I kind of want to say just move on. What are you talking? Garnet.
I say move on. We're rested and ready to go, and we got pursuers behind us, and I mean, yeah.
I mean, standing here, whatever it was, might just get us like right now as we're trying to figure it out. They'd get us as we're moving too,
Yeah.
so might as well move, I guess. Yeah. Bird.
I'm suspicious of Sire, whatever his name is,
Sarah.
Sriracha over there.
Sriracha.
But I will digress and follow the crowd because the DM still won't give me my wings back, so whatever.
For 2 days after you eat. I was so clear.
2 days.
And it should be longer than that. You've been hurt. Isn't how you healing your wings if you're
So I
healing.
can see to the masses with reservation of Sriracha.
For now, there's a lot of muttering and concern, but there's no answers.
Can't we read his thoughts? Where's the spore guy at?
You cannot read thoughts. You can only project your communication telepathically.
All right, let's roll. Let's run.
But as a paladin, you have certain tricks, don't you? Don't you have like detect lies and like crazy ways to hunt down and investigate?
I got detect.
Like, you're the
evil.
paladin.
I have detect evil and good, evil magic, poison.
Detect evil.
That's an evil act. Killing
Oh.
somebody.
Oh, that is evil. Okay, let me hit that then.
I don't know exactly how it works, but just for the gag, you do it. You detect evil. You look around the room.
That's my life.
Evil, 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 evil. I have no idea. Repentant evil. Evil. You're good.
Yeah.
Evil. Not evil.
Control, yeah.
Evil. Even Garnet pops evil on your radar. And there's actually a really relevant, like, we were just gagging about it, but actually, if you're going to cast Detect Evil, so in your mind, you're like, who among us is evil? I'm going to weed out God, I'm the odd man out. All these people are evil, neutral, good.
But what if there was something lurking in the woods and he was looking beyond? Just,
Fair point. When you do this, I believe it's a cone or a 30-foot range or something, so you're detecting evil, and then you
wait, I can actually
sweep
tell
it.
you. Detect evil. Its range is 30 feet.
Yeah.
It's a sphere.
Okay, so you detect evil. You check the party, and then you look into the darkness.
Da-da-da.
You don't. There's no other thing in 30 feet.
I have the high ground. So I take a walk. Oh,
But
shit.
it could be anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying. If you spend some time looking around, there's no other immediate things. Your camp is secure.
All right.
Alright, guess we keep moving.
But this reveals this is the evil part. This is the evil people.
You're an angry old.
We didn't talk about that in prison.
Why are you in prison? No reason. Well, are you good or evil? I'm evil.
I identify as a good person.
That's what the Kuatoa
That's what
is.
it is.
That's this guy right here.
I
I'm a total pacifist now.
After I did the evil.
I've not been for my whole life, but now.
I also identify as a chicken, no longer a fish. Tell me otherwise.
No,
Smitten.
as eats a dwarf.
That's it, yeah.
You're literally eating a dwarf going, "What you are evil!" Gum, 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 gum. Eating a player character race.
He's also a vegetarian. I identify as a vegetarian.
I've lived my whole life on corn.
That's
Meat's
it.
not so bad.
That's it. Alright, where are we going? What are we doing?
Okay.
Keep running.
So you don't do a thorough investigation, and you do detect evil, but it doesn't really result in what you want. And so you guys continue your travel. The chatter is way down. There's a little forlorn coming over the group, you know. And we're in day 3. Right? Day 3?
Yep.
The beginning of day 3.
The wings are doing
Okay.
better.
Early roll.
6.
The early morning has no problems. Roll again for the...
What?
Was that
What was that?
18?
An 18?
She wrote a 6!
no,
She wrote a 6!
Yay!
No, she wrote a 6.
He rolled that before you said to do a roll.
Absolutely did.
Right, but I need 2 per day.
Oh, well,
So
Sheree.
they both count.
Oh, here, this is the roll.
The only question is the early roll or the later roll. What is it, 20?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Now
Terrain
I can
feature including
No
one
more
or more
rolls for
feature.
fun.
No, that means
Yeah,
I get
fun
both.
roll.
Now we get the matrix. The matrix of place and thing. Which honestly, every encounter should be a matrix of place and thing.
Look at that.
9 by 11. Oh, cool. This is the potential fun. Oh, this is amazing. The Matrix says there is a lava geyser, a lava spout, and in that lava swell you find a rocktopus.
That's like a rock and roll octopus.
Absolutely!
Emo haircut.
With the explosions of lava. Have you seen Monty Python with Tim the Enchanter? Alright, you can't reference that as a joke. This rocktopus is totally just like showing off. As the party traverses a long and winding corridor, a tremor opens up a lava-filled fissure behind you. Each character must make a DC 10 saving throw, dexterity save, to avoid the lava swell. But it will decrease the drow pursuit level, because that lava swell is going to be a terrain piece that they are not going to be able to easily pass.
19.
That's on your dexterity save.
So plus
So you pass.
plus 1 is a 20.
So you're in front, and the thing explodes behind you, and you're like, I passed! It's not even near you!
Oh, I got a 20.
Yeah, again, you're like stretching out your wings and flying, and you're like, 200
now I'm
yards.
flying,
You're,
am I?
no, like trying
you
to
said it too late, I heard
hop
it.
fly, like, and the little birds with a little hopping glide, stretching your wings
for 3
out.
days and eating.
No. Even after 3 days, and you just had breakfast. You just ate a friend. You're in mourning for 2 days now.
She was delicious. I will carry her with her to the next movement.
I'll carry you on, Brett. And she had told you guys, like, her dying wish is, if you can get back to my family, tell them blah, blah, blah. But you're not going to tell them you ate her.
That's it.
You're going to pass on her wishes, but not mention the details.
She died. She
Um,
celebrated her life.
A tasty death.
Dexterity 10. I need it for everybody. I don't need it for... Okay, so Lauren passed. Passed Lauren to the front.
Yeah.
Bird passed. Passed the bird to the front. You passed as well?
I got an 18.
Perfect. So the players have not died. What about Prince Darendil?
We're talking about
I got
death here? This is like life or death rolls?
Apparently it is.
11.
I don't like it.
Darendil's go.
You're a daredevil.
Fishman is fine. Just pass him up. Stool
Bubba
automatically.
is a nat 20.
Okay, Bubbado's like
Jimjar
passed. 14's gonna pass. I'm only worried about bad rolls, and I figured I had 11 people. Somebody's gonna get a bad roll.
Hey, 4. There you go.
Who's that?
Oh wait, no, I don't even have her anymore. She's dead. She's,
Oh.
she's in my gully.
Well, that makes sense. She got a 4.
That's
That
right.
means her body. You're like holding her with a lava spout to cook her.
The fates have spoken. No,
Beef
Garnet-
jerky. Yum 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 yum.
Garnet
yum.
took care of that for us.
Nice. So this is Jim Jar, right?
Jim Jar, what did he roll?
Oh, that was this 14.
Okay, he passed.
And his dex
Whatever it is 14
is
plus.
6.
Yeah.
So that would have been a 20 actually.
Look at us go.
Sarah rolled a 15. He's fine.
Alright.
All that's left is topsy turvy.
Where's Stool?
Stool can't. He's not. He's somebody's
Oh.
carrying him, so
That's right.
it's not whether Stool walked well. So topsy and turvy.
Hey, 15.
Topsy
Oh,
turvy got a
nice.
15.
Who-
Every-
That's you.
I don't have topsy turvy.
Well, you just rolled, so
So, there you
Okay.
go. Ooh, I don't even see their card out here now.
every single person just rolled a 13 or higher
Yeah.
on a lava burst that could have done 36 damage,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
and it stops them.
You don't have anybody now.
Alright, so, worthless encounter. Running.
No, no, no.
Still
That's
running.
that's what happens behind you.
Well, so
As
we're running
before you
super fast to get away from this thing.
is a rocktopus.
Yeah.
Where's the rocktopus? How did you not?
He gone. He probably went to go get that 50-cent double cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Beatles,
Right, that's me.
He's in the
Carry
stupid-
crawlers, slaves. There it is. This creature is a giant octopus that has evolved to live and thrive on land. It can alter its coloration to appear as a rock formation, and it tends to lurk in crevasses and fissures, attacking smaller creatures that wander near. It has a walking speed of 20 feet, a climbing speed of 10 feet. It holds its breath, and it uses underwater camouflage as the land. It has advantage on dexterity checks, and as this explosion of lava goes, boosh, the rocktopus comes up and goes, ah! And I really don't want to make this fight. I think it's much funnier as a gag that he is there as a rock and roll octopus, just enjoying the explosions and loud noises. And he scares you guys, and then you go, this guy's not attacking us. This guy's awesome. And the rocktopus sings a song, an octopus song. If you give him brain spores, he can literally sing you the octopus song.
Ooh. Look at that. Giving us some music on our journey.
But he can't run fast enough though.
Do you want to communicate with a giant octopus?
Nah, going.
No.
Ain't got time for all that.
All right. Out. Bye.
We're being pursued.
I found the
you guys
perfect
peace out.
one.
There you go. Wow. Huge flaming geyser and the giant rocktopus.
No encore.
Cool.
It was great seeing him though.
All right.
Mush along.
Because none of you got hit by the geyser, there's no excuse for you to be like,
Going slower.
no. Like, the octopus, the reason I'm ditching the encounter is he's using the geyser to get people to like get burned and then use the opportunity to attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone just completely just ditched the geyser. And then to have him pointlessly attacking himself killed is stupid. So it's like he's perfectly fine to be like, whoa, wow, you guys didn't get hit by that geyser at all, great.
Maybe he'll
Just
catch.
let you go.
Maybe he'll catch the drow
Right.
chasing us.
So he just like recedes back into his little crack and goes like, all right, well, let's just wait. His trap did not work.
Those guys don't play.
So off you guys go. Your pursuit level's down to a 2. It's not bad. Technically, it goes up when you find encounters, but the encounter says to lower it. So I'm like, I'm not going to do both because then the note would be idiotic, right? So I'm lowering it instead. There's no other way to translate that. Otherwise, it would say, do not increase the encounter. Because that geyser's going to make it much harder for them to pursue. All right. That was day 3. You guys now get, for the first night since you've been arrested and you've been in the Underdark, a legitimate rest. You guys have eaten. You guys have traveled, but not at a breakneck pace. You guys have not been hurt all day. And for today, things are somewhat okay. What do you guys want to do? Any other preparations you guys want to make for the night?
No.
I'm gonna exercise my wings.
Get some sleep.
Oh, I think I need to heal. I'm gonna roll a healing deal.
Okay, so tonight,
How
you've
many?
eaten. right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That means you can roll all your hit dice as if you're fully healing, just roll your hit dice. Plus, you'll recover a hit die.
Oh, just one?
I think so. Because normally you recover half of your total. But I still want this long-term, campaign to make a little more sense.
So I could not roll this last one and just get one more?
You're not gonna. Okay. So let me explain this. Like you had. How do I do this? You had 4 hit dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had 4 to use, and you used 3 of them.
Yep.
Okay. Tonight you're gonna get to roll all 4 for free healing because you actually ate,
Oh.
independent of whether you used one. Plus you'll get one back.
Okay, so
So you're
this
gonna
one
recover
will
a
still
hit
be
dice.
there.
Yeah, you're gonna recover the hit. You're gonna keep the hit dice you have. You're gonna recover a hit dice because you got a full night's sleep, and you're gonna get to heal with your full hit dice value
Okay.
because you slept.
Okay.
Basically, on a night when you actually have eaten and you're resting, you're going to recover hit dice, not consume hit dice, and you'll still heal.
Okay. So that'd be up to 2.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
basically, this is the pool you can starve. This is like a starvation pool. Okay? So you're back to
I'm up at 30
3.
anyway.
Right, but you're back to
Oh.
3 hit dice?
Yep.
Okay. And Tyler, you can roll 40-10 to heal, and you'll gain a hit dice. So you're up to 1 out of 4 hit dice. Those are 6s. You're going to want to roll 10s.
So
Unless you really like those. They're all 5s and 6s.
they work the worst. Let's just be honest. I have not had good luck.
So you're naturally going to heal that much.
That's more than enough.
Okay.
I'm
So you
tapped out.
naturally go back to full life.
Yeah.
Plus your hit dice pool, which is basically, like I said, it's like a survival starvation meter for you guys. You're back to 1 hit dice.
So I get 1.
So your hit dice little thing, that little box where it normally says whatever, hit dice, you should
Yeah.
be at 1 out of 4.
Okay. 1 out of 4.
So now if you run out of food and you start starving again, you can start using those hit dice to heal instead of natural rest. All right, day 4. You guys have one more day of Eltrith Fun Run meet. So you guys are well fed for the day. This is your 4th day of travel. Let's do it. You guys going fast, slow, what?
We're going fast.
Fast. You have food, so. Okay, your first roll.
The wings are looking
Who's
good.
doing it?
I'll do.
So your pursuit meter goes down to 1.
Damn it. 18.
18 is another exciting combination. Crisscross. Somebody roll one for me.
Roll what?
Some 2d20s to give me a crisscross.
Oh. It's an 11 and an 8.
An 11 by 8. This is like a Mad Lib. Oh, I'm in chapter 3. Oh, it was before all the presets. Gotcha. You said 11 by 8?
Yep.
I don't know why this chart's not. Do we have a beetle? I'm like a beetle.
I don't know. What? Is there a certain pack it would be in?
I don't know if we even have one. But we have some things that are still like a boulette, like a 4-legged thing, and like a underground horde or underground would have at least like a 4-legged boulette. It kind of looks like a beetle.
You can. There's pages there under the water. No,
Okay.
so that's the underground one.
I don't know if we have a fire beetle. This basilisk will work. There we go. Here's the bullet. This will totally work as my fire beetle. Do I have a crack?
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I would say I made some epic dice towers. This mission was fun.
All right, I got some rocks. What is this game doing to me? Why? Why? All right. I missed the feature. Got it. Well, we'll just wait for her to get back. And as the slope bends to the left, similar to the geyser that came out of the ground and could have burned everybody, suddenly rocks start tumbling down and crashing into the path. So I need our line set back up. And this is a tight spot where you have to kind of squeeze a little bit. So I know that it's basically the same-ish, but you're lined up. And you're holding a little turd. These guys are in the back. And who's in the front?
Ren. I'm blind. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's me.
I can't see in the dark.
So this is our path. Everyone is going to have to roll dexterity checks, and it's DC 12. And if you guys fail, that's where the rocks will be.
17.
Yeah, you pass.
You say we're rolling on dexterity?
Yeah, dexterity 12.
I get a +2.
6.
All right, Lauren.
15.
These two big rocks hit you. Boom, boom, smash into you. You got a what?
16.
On a D10?
Oh, I thought we were rolling on a 20.
You passed. So no, yes, you just rolled a D20.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just saw a 10, and I was like, did you roll a 10 and then
these
pass?
These are just sitting there.
Do I have like a ledge or a cliff? We'll use this.
I'm on the ledge.
So this is going to be like, we'll do it like this. This is the path we were taking, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we want to slowly start sliding our people under it. Is there a better place to position that? On the...
You know there is.
Okay, you position that. Who else failed?
Let's see. Here's Prince Daredevil.
Lord, you take 3d6 damage. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage of rocks. Boom.
You're so little.
I'm just the little one.
Daredevil got a 15. Buffalo got a 12.
Pass. Who else?
All right,
Bird passed.
Topsy-turvy. 16.
Pass. What did you pass?
Yeah.
Oh, with the dex of 4, I got 20.
Everybody passed.
Jim Jar 13.
Jar passed.
And then Stool doesn't.
Still doesn't count.
Something
Yeah.
else.
The fish. Did the fish pass?
and The fish.
Fish totally passes. How is this possible?
We are.
And Sarah totally passes.
Wow.
They're
Damn.
just like rocks. Guys
If I got
are.
hit first,
Monster
then yeah,
over there,
everyone
yeah.
was watching out.
So all these rocks, everyone's just like leaning forward, leaning back, and you're getting hit by the first one, and then they lean forward, lean back. You get hit by the second one. They just keep hitting you and hitting nobody else.
We are so
Nice.
self-aware.
So, with the rocks blocking the path slightly, not a big deal, you can crawl over them, but it's a kind of a narrow pass, okay? So you have to take a second to crawl over. You could fall, but apart from you, which you're not the one who really... Anybody that got hit in the path, they could have fallen down the slope, but none of them fell. But the cracks that get exposed, and obviously these creatures are like hiding in the ground in the cracks, these beetles start coming out of the ground and coming at the back end of the thing. and there are 8 beetles. We looked up one beetle thinking, well, I got a beetle. And then I'm like, why does it have so little hit points? No, there's a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beetles start coming out of the ground. And they're going to pursue from behind. Now we roll initiative.
Really? 17.
4.
Ten.
Okay, you guys go first. They go last. Lauren, you pick yourself up after getting knocked around by rocks.
Okay.
You're so small, you squeeze through everybody's legs.
That's true. You could go through the rocks.
So you're saying I'm attacking them first and they're way over here?
Your initiative is first. And I don't know what your plan is.
Right away, Sid.
Yeah, I mean,
You could crawl through the rocks. Yep. This decreases the drought pursuit by 1 again because the rock fall slows them. You guys have gotten everything that impedes them and dodged the damage.
Can we destroy the
So-
rocks? Get them out of the way so we can move through it all faster?
But we'll have the beetles nipping on our heels the whole
Yeah,
time.
you can clear out the beetles. You can just avoid the situation by just getting out of the situation, which would mean getting through or getting over, getting around the rocks. Or your point is, can we push the rocks out of the way and then run for it?
Be faster, right?
Uh-huh.
If we could get them out.
Potentially, yeah.
Quaggoth is pretty strong, right?
hmm
I'll just try to squeeze through them, I guess, to keep
Oh my god.
Here we go, retro.
It's not a DC 12 or take hits in the face. There's 3 separate rolls for each person.
Well, you missed that opportunity, so here we are.
So you guys have to roll 2 more times. I'm not going to give it to the NPCs. I'm just not going to deal with them. But
Oh.
7,
so that one you fail
9.
and take 10 damage. And the 9 you fail and take
Ooh.
13 damage. 23 more damage.
I'm down to 7.
That makes way more sense. It's waves of rocks.
I got a 20 and a
And
13.
you just start flying.
I'm a winner. Oh, do I fly now?
This would be day 2.
Day 4, and I got food. I'm
So
ready.
you've eaten, and now this is the second day of getting some rest.
My wings are so big.
So you pass, and that 11 with a +1 barely fails.
Really?
Isn't it?
I don't know.
11
What was
plus 1 dex is 12, and you need a 13.
it?
No, the DC is 12, so you made it.
Oh,
You're
okay.
winning.
And I rolled 666, so it would have been a perfect damage roll, and you dodged it.
So you
All right,
hurt.
so the difference is Saria also got clobbered by rocks.
Gordon Ramsay over there.
There we go. So there's the rocks. Cutting your forward party away from the rest of the party.
I was
You
doing
did
so
that.
well.
All right.
Ramsay.
So you guys have rocks in front of you and rocks behind you. So your little lead party, which is Lauren, Garnet, and the Quaggoth, you guys are like trapped in your own little sphere of rocks. And until you can deal with that, the beetles are eating all your friends. Now, we have the Paladin back here. So Paladin, you can be heroic and save them or something. But we either find a way to get out of here or these beetles are going to start eating people. Like if the Severing was here, these guys would just die. You know what I mean? Like the party is the one that can make the difference.
Is it my go?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can fly. I'm gonna swoop in and grab some folks and try to pull them away from danger here.
Your wings finally are healthy enough for you to fly, and you want to carry another person.
This little stumpies, Topsy and Turvy, they need help.
Sure. All right. You grab Topsy or Turvy.
Oh no.
Which one?
I got one for both hands.
I'll take a Smurf Nerblin per hand
That's
while
it.
carrying a sword and a shield and a crossbow.
It's in my satchel. You know how those satchels work in those games. It's like those things are like Narnia back there. You fit everything in.
Topsy and Turvy are not equipment.
They're not equipment, so they're for each.
No, you can absolutely
Ooh, they're
fling them.
shape changers.
Don't tell people that.
No, they are.
That's never happened.
Oh, what's happening?
You're not allowed to read that note.
Well, if it's that's their deal.
But we don't know that.
I do. I just read it. They're called were-rats? Is that a thing?
No, they're not were rats.
Oh. The twins are were-rats. That's just what it says. I'm just going there. Able to polymorph into rat humanoid hybrids. Oh, hey, can I do this move with these guys? Since they're under attack?
This might be the time it gets revealed anyway. They're literally being surrounded by beetles.
I mean, this is their time to shine. They can turn into a giant rat 3 times per day.
All right.
Any equipment they are wearing and carrying does not transform. The duration lasts 1 hour. As the rat, the twins have AC 12, speed 30, keen smell, advantage on smell checks if they want to sniff the beetles. They could be dung beetles, so that would be important to know. They got pack tactics and +1 to their attack and damage.
So they feel like they're in dire need to tap into their dark secret. And they erupt in screams and turn into giant were-rats.
They just went
And
Super
they
Saiyan.
just start ripping into these giant fire beetles.
Yes.
All right, roll it.
Alright.
Give me their attacks.
So I need to roll 20s first, right? To see if they hit.
Mm-hmm.
Do I do 2 since it's 2 of these guys, or just 1?
I
Are
think
there-
their character sheet has those stats as if the two of them count as one thing.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm gonna replace.
That's amazing. Do we have another double base for them? We do, right?
Okay, so
Have to go get
their
it.
special action is the deep survival instinct that allows the twins to move and act quickly as a pair, allowing them to take a bonus action on each turn of combat round that can be used to take the dash, the disengage, or the hide action. We're not
Okay.
gonna worry about that though. We got a lot of dung beetles that need to die. So I'm gonna say that they're just it's 1 roll to roll them all, huh?
Yeah, it's one attack. It's whatever that
I like the way that
thing
dice
says.
feels. It's cool. Oh, wow, 5. That's garbage.
So the two little topsy-turvy guys that have been with your party this whole time and scratched themselves and acting super weird and staying away from the party, their secret has been that they're were creatures, and they haven't wanted to reveal it. But now that they're surrounded by fire beetles, and since Tyler read the note out loud, they decide now's the time, and they become giant were-rats and just start biting at the beetles. You said it was how much damage?
5.
5 damage?
Yeah. Or well, it's +1, so it's 6.
6 damage?
Yeah.
And kills a beetle.
How big are these beetles?
Like
Edible.
smaller than basketballs. They possibly are edible. And it has a note. The beetle sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for 10 more feet, so they are like living torches, and you can use their shells as like light sources.
That's cool.
So when he kills that one,
Miners and adventurers prize these creatures, for a giant fire beetle's glands continue to shed light for D6 days after it dies. Giant fire beetles are most commonly found underground in dark forests, and you can absolutely get their little beetle.
okay. So now I get my Birdman's flying in. He's gonna try to kill some of these guys too.
Okay.
Rolling. Ooh, I got a.
You can harvest the glowing
Natural
glands
20.
of the slain beetles. You crit.
Yeah.
I would suggest you do not smite, because the crit is likely to kill the beetle anyway.
Okay. So we're just doing a regular hit,
Yeah.
and I hit with a D6, right?
D6 plus 4, but you double all dice when you're critting, so you 2d6 plus 4.
Ooh, 2d6. Plus a what now?
You're 4 from your 4 strength.
Oh. Okay. So a 3, 2, and a.
So don't roll less than a 6 on a 1 and a 1 plus 4. So the worst you can roll is a 1 and a 1, and you still kill it. So you're critical. Just, I can fly.
We actually have a flying base.
There you go.
Ooh, I want that.
There you go.
I want that.
And you do like a diving attack, and you get into the melee with these beetles.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 of them are down.
2 of them are down.
Woo.
There should be 6 left. 6 left.
Do we need something to indicate that we're keeping their shells for light, or do we just know
We'll
that
collect
as
6
an
shells.
assumption?
Unless you get out of here, like run. If you don't
runs.
run, but you like kill them, we'll do it.
All right. That's all my people that because Fun Run is still in my belly.
All right.
You know, so it'll be fun to
She
bush
gone.
to get rid of her in.
All right. The attack. 6 beetles left. The beetles will be 3 on the topsy-turvy and 3 on the bird, but they can't.
How'd they get up that high? My
Um,
bird is in the air. Is it a flying beetle?
what they can do is as you get into melee, and when you break melee, they get an attack of opportunity. Or you could do. There's a bunch of tricks. I don't know what your. Did you even read your flight?
My flight.
I don't know how it's telling the Aarakocra to deal with their flight, but normally if you fly into melee and then fly out of melee, everybody gets to stab at you. But you flew into melee with one beetle and then killed it, right? So then why didn't you fly up? You're saying you did fly up, right? No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. You killed the thing you engaged with, so there's no way for them to get you.
They could be down there nipping at my
Yeah,
talons.
they're looking at you like, when he comes down, I'm going to get him. But to be fair, what they can do, like if they're a goblin or an intelligent creature and they have nothing to attack, they'll hold their action till you come close and they'll bite at you when you get into melee. That's the thing they can do. Jeez, those are good hits. 15, 19, and 17 all hit. So Topsy-Turvy take 3 hits for d6 minus 1 each. 3, 2, and 1. So you need to let's just combine them. Roll a DC 9. Roll a con save.
Which one is this again now?
Topsy-Turvy.
I know, but which dice?
A D20
A D20?
and add their Constitution save.
18.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. Yeah, they're were-rat form and they're like, "Rawr."
They got thick fur.
Yeah, they don't care at all.
They can't feel it.
All right. What else?
The rolls are strong with this one. That was my turn.
Yeah, we're kind of acting like these beetles are more than they are, because as I'm reading the stat block, they have a challenge rating of 0 and they have 4 health each, and they came to swarm, but as soon as you guys turn around and engage them, you start hack. It's like whack-a-mole at this point. They immediately, their first round of trying to kill the were-rat, they didn't even get a solid damage in on the were-rat, so they're being tanked by a guy who doesn't care, and it's whack-a-mole. So that kind of diffuses the situation. You know, the fear is off. You guys are like, oh, these things are easy. And you just start stomping them. So I'll let you stomp out the rest. These things are not going to kill anybody at their last round. And
what's that Triceratops looking thing doing over there?
this was a beetle. We just looked for a beetle. I thought it was a giant fire beetle. So we found a beetle mini. And then I was like, why does it have 4 health? And I was like, oh, 3d6 beetles. So that's why we use dice instead. All right, these things are not very strong.
Okay.
Do you want to collect their shells?
Of course.
Okay, you can get. Oh, I'm sorry, not their shells. They're glands.
Ugh.
He's in gland.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it because I can't see for shit.
Right. The beetle sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for another 10, and their glands will continue to give off light for d6 days. Do you want to roll it?
Yes.
Here. Nice fiery dice.
Hey!
For the next 5 days, this beetle gland will glow.
Woo.
So what do you want to do with it?
I need the
Do you want to take an item and like cover it in beetle gland and let it become a glow stick, or do you want to take their shells? I said shell in the first place. You want to just have their glowing shells?
Take
The
their
turkey
shell.
leg.
All right, let's take their shells and say those are glowing shells, and the shells will glow for 5 days. Okay?
I was thinking
And
like
you can put the
was
rest in a
put
bag.
it on yourself.
Yeah.
And you're just
Rub
glowing.
yourself in glowing glands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
I
probably
shed
stick-
bright light for 10 feet.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe let's giant fire beetle gland.
She's got that natural glow about her.
The natural
Something
glow.
about you is different.
So was that?
She has such an unnatural glow. Yeah, once I realized that they're not a threat, and you guys had an entire round of attacks, not even hurt Topsy-Turvy, and they're in were-rat form, just claw, 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 then even wasting another 10 minutes rolling is kind of a waste of
3
time.
times a day for an hour. That's a savage little attack there for those
It's
bitches.
ridiculous.
There you go.
So now they're like, the were-rats now are backing against the wall, like all scared that you guys are going to be persecuting them. And they come back into their Smurfnerblin forms.
They're deep gnome were rats.
Mhm.
They literally call them deep gnome were rats.
A deep gnome is a Smurfnerblin,
Yeah, I'm saying.
and they're were.
They were such were rats, right? From
Yeah.
the get-go. Everybody
Uh-huh.
should have known them.
Yeah, but I didn't give you the card because you hadn't befriended them yet.
Oh, we were friends.
So, they're scared.
They're scared.
They think you guys are going to kill them.
Alright, so we gotta keep on moving, right? Because we got.
No, you need to talk to them. They think you're going to kill them.
Yeah, we understand.
You fly by in bird superhero form. We understand! Fly by.
Well, we still have
That's
our-
the way you deal with
We
this?
still have our brain power, so we're all talking.
We have our
We don't have to- that's it.
telepathy.
We've talked it out. We
and they
thought
say,
it.
you
thought
guys,
it through.
you guys don't mind us being were rats?
That's it. We accept you for who you are.
What if we eat the dwarf?
That
Get
was-
it? Get it? Because you already ate the dwarf?
Uh,
So y'all decided to consciously eat the dwarf?
Let's see.
Then we might.
We
have
were
our-
afraid you wouldn't accept us. We're different.
You're so judgmental.
And then everyone in the party is a different mutant, and they're like, we thought you wouldn't accept our peculiar brand of mutation.
There we go. All right, so we're in there. We take them.
What is your intention?
What? We just want to get back home to Glaggerstock.
So no more eating people.
What do you mean? We've never
we
eaten
might
any people.
have to again.
We only ate the dwarf because you fed him to us. Like that was a girl. That was a girl?
All right, then let's keep on trucking. Get
Yeah,
these
if you're
rocks
not
out of
even
the
going to give them
way.
any guilt about it at all, they don't know how they feel about it, but they're like, okay, and they keep scratching.
I think y'all are cute. Maybe just get rid of those fleas. But
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They go, it's not fleas.
I mean, I feel like we
Now
like
that you
them
guys
that-
have, now that you guys have brought it up, they explain
Yeah.
that we're getting close to the lunar moon, and even though you can't see the moon in the Underdark, the curse is still attached to when the moon rises on the surface. So it still happens once a month, even though they're under the ground, and that makes it feel more predictable. Shut up. It's the same cycle. It's the same lunar cycle.
Yeah, we get you.
And so dumb. And so it makes it a little more predictable because you can't always tell when a full moon's coming, but when it comes, it's bad news.
so we don't know what happens to them.
They get uncontrollable wild rage. Like a werewolf can control themselves throughout the month, and they can activate their power because they're in control of it. But in the full moon, they don't have control of it, and they go psycho.
Okay.
So
That's why you're laughing. It's like PMS.
yes, she's laughing at PMS joke. Which
Okay.
to be fair, all of the references to women being crazy in PMS are literally lunar cycle words. Because it was like literal. They thought women went crazy under the full moon. That's what the word Looney Tunes means, and loony and lunatic and
I love Looney Tunes. That was a great
lunacy. It's all lunar cycle, but it's implying you're crazy once a month.
show. Tiny Toons Adventures.
Not quite the same thing, but yes.
All right, there we go. It's a great show.
I like the Animaniacs.
Oh, Animaniacs.
And what was the guy with the lightning bolt?
So good.
What was his name?
Guy with the lightning bolt.
Yeah,
Oh,
there was,
Animaniacs?
there was a weird. No, it was a weird Freakazoid. That's his name.
Freakazoid.
Do you remember Freakazoid?
Freak me, freak you.
You remember better than I do, obviously. Do you remember this thing? I can sing the fucking theme song.
Dude, that was the power of the theme song back in the day. That's a lost art right there. The jingle. If Arknight had a jingle, we'd be on the map, man. People would start coming
We
in.
do have our 12 Days of Christmas, which is quite good.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that one.
We'll be playing it again. Yeah, we're getting into season for that.
It is. 'Tis the
We
season.
should talk about our Christmas promo.
What is our Christmas program?
Is this a good time
Joe's.
to mention some product
I mean,
callouts?
I feel like we
Yeah,
have
we got,
diverted
like,
so far
30
right now.
minutes.
Let's get it.
This is a Mimic Dice. Dun, 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 Mimic Dice box.
Yeah.
For Christmas, we're working with them where we're going to make a pack of little miniatures that are Christmas-themed miniatures that I don't have. I have sketches, I have art, I can show them on stream, but I mean, I don't have the second.
Trust us. They're there. You're gonna
And
win.
they're going to go inside the box with Christmas dice. So the Christmas promo is going to be
What's in the
a Mimic box with Christmas dice with Christmas Arknight promo pieces.
Let's go.
And they're coming in a base, right? They're in an acrylic base to put the pieces in.
No, these are just
No?
going to be, we had a lot of options of what we
Oh.
could do. This is not going to be a specific thing like that, but it's a 6-pack of Christmas-themed minis. There is a Santa, there's a Krampus, there is a snowman golem, like a big snowman monster, there is a reindeer, there is a gingerbread man, and there is, maybe that's 6, I don't know. Oh, a Christmas gnome, like a gnome elf, Christmas elf.
Okay.
You know what a Christmas elf is?
Yeah, I was counting what you said because
That should be 6.
6.
Santa and Krampus, elf and gingerbread man, reindeer, and snow golem.
gingerbread man.
Yeah.
You already said that.
Yeah, gingerbread man.
Okay. I
Gingerbread
can't count
man.
to 6.
Gingerbread man. Call him, gingerbread man.
Nice.
Reindeer. Santa Claus.
There we go.
It's gonna be very cool with Christmas dice.
You
So
want that?
we'll create that promo.
Okay.
It'll be neat. It'll be very, very soon. Very soon. We'll have them in days.
Yeah.
I think
just
Monday we're gonna print them.
sticking.
Yeah, exactly. If we could print them Monday, we could have them ready to ship on Monday.
The crump is just tipping.
And you mean
So-
Tuesday?
Right. They could be in our hands shippable Monday night. And so we'll probably start putting the email out Monday and try to push it out Monday, and hopefully printing goes well Monday, and then people will be ordering them as of Monday, and then of course they'll literally go out on
You
Tuesday.
pre-order now.
Somebody bought the Abyssal chickens.
Oh my!
Yes, Abyssal chickens are awesome.
Let's go.
I should use them as beetles. Abyssal beetle chickens.
Mm.
All right, you guys consider clearing the rocks, and then you think maybe we should just crawl around them because they can stay in the way of the drow pursuers.
Yep.
And you guys have your drow pursuit down to 1.
Yep.
1.
They're so
If this hits 0, you've ditched them so hard they don't even get to chase you anymore.
Could we stack the rocks to get that down to 0?
No.
Dang it.
So, can I do like athletics check to hop over them?
Well, the danger's gone, so I'm just going to let you guys
Just
navigate
Oh.
it. There's no danger. Yeah.
Carefully crawl.
You've already
over
been
them.
hit in the face by the rock 3 times. I don't need to also have you fall on the rock and then slide down the rock slide. The danger was did anybody get creamed by the rock and get unconscious, which would have knocked him off the cliff, which didn't happen. And then the monster that was randomized to make the thing extra dangerous could have been a big deal, and you rolled beetles. And that sounded really bad, but then when we got into the fight, I was like, these are not dangerous at all.
Not the beetles.
So you rolled well.
Not the gunshot buttons.
Was that the first roll of the day? That was the
I feel like
beginning
that
of
was
day
the
3?
second,
Was it?
or
Let's
was
just
it
say
the
it's done.
first?
Yeah, so that's the third day.
No, I thought
It
it
was
was
the
the
second
fourth
roll
day
for the
because
fourth
I got
day.
my wings.
Yeah.
We're on.
So day 1 we rushed, day 2 we rushed,
And we ate.
and then the morning of day 3 you found the dead girl, and then day 3 you ate her, and now this is day 4 because this is the last day you can eat her.
We've done 3 rolls total though, I think, for this day. Because I did the one that passed.
Yep.
Tyler did the one right there that we were like, oh,
That would have been this
roll.
encounter, yeah.
But then Saria just had done a roll.
Mm-mm, I don't think
You
so.
rolled it.
No, you rolled for the encounter for him for the table. That's what you rolled, Lauren.
They saw-
No,
And that was the daytime.
that 8/11 was okay. You've hit an encounter. Now build
That's
it.
which one it was,
Mhm,
yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought right before that, Saria was the one that rolled
Yeah,
I don't
did.
remember anymore.
to get.
But
to
I thought
this.
Tyler rolled, and then I did.
So he did morning shift. She did late shift, and it's done.
No, I did morning shift. He did late shift. Then I think we slept, and then that's when we got this stuff back and everything. And then Saria did that roll.
I thought we were at the beginning of day 4, and her roll was the first roll of day 4, and we found
Quick
this.
rewind.
Maybe that's what it was. Were we day 3? Was that day 3 when
It was probably day 3.
morning and evening?
Yeah,
Mm.
probably day 3.
Okay.
So we are now at the second half of day 4, and I was just gonna say I'll just give it to you guys.
Oh,
So now
But if you want to really,
you're camped at the end of day
Test
4.
Just a roll.
8.
Hey, you passed, and now we're camped at the end of day 4.
I'll take that one.
All right, you guys have been traveling for 4 days. You've still, fortunately, well, or unfortunately, I mean, a person died. You've never had to forage for food because you've either been starving or eating your friend. Bonus, no food foraging. And so it's kind of ironic you guys have really not investigated any mushrooms yet to find out if you can eat them. But you're halfway to the Dark Lake.
All right.
And you feel like you're doing very well, keeping up a good, strong pace and ditching your pursuers. And you've left some road hazards that you didn't even intend to leave, but you've left a geyser and a rock slide in your way. So your path is really concealed.
We have time to rest and process.
You do. And you have 2 options. You can go fast to lower this pursuit number. You can also spend a lot of time covering your tracks. But they're kind of antithesis to each other, right? Because why go slow if you can go fast? Why go fast if you can go slow? But for instance, if you had to forage, but you still wanted to lower this, you could go slow and screw up your tracks, you know?
Yeah.
But you would need like a ranger or a scout or roll well, and she just died, so...
We're also about 35-ish minutes until...
Mhm. Yeah, I'm
So
hoping
maybe
I'm
get-
hoping this hits 0, and then we can say you guys did great. So day 4, you guys sleep. What else?
I need to roll.
Your health?
for health.
What have you eaten this day? So you guys are back to, this is your second day where you can fully heal. But again, all you fought was a beetle, so. You got hit in the face with rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm down to
roll,
7.
So roll your 46 full health from resting.
And
2,
Rizzy!
4.
Terrible.
4 plus 9 is 13.
Plus your con 4 times. 3, 6, 9, 12. You should be fully healing when resting.
13 plus 5 is 18.
No. This is your save.
Oh.
This is your stat. When you roll a hit
Oh.
dice, you get your dice plus that.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Which
Each
means
dice is plus 3?
when you're getting hit dice, yes.
It's not the
So,
Then that would be plus 12.
let's say you're at 1 health
Some of these little guys, I feel like.
and
they
you rest.
need to die.
That is 9995.
I don't like those.
Okay.
So you can almost go from 1 health to full life from a rest. But in the normal rules, you just straight up heal to full. But I'm making you use hit dice to heal, which means sometimes you'll roll poorly.
You have to roll over 13 to hit them.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
All
this is when we can do the
Who's
4
wrong?
and it doesn't count against these?
Correct, because you've eaten today and you're fully able to rest. It's as if you... Because in the normal rules, like I just told her, in the normal rules, you just magically heal to full. And I'm making it a little more dangerous than that by actually having you roll your hit dice.
Okay.
But that's a d20, isn't it?
Mm-mm.
That's a 12?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a
wait.
d20.
No, it is, yeah.
Dang it.
My
You
bad.
weren't supposed to notice.
Watch it be an 11 again. No, it's a 3. That's
Alright.
fine though because
So that's your natural healing as long as you've eaten.
Yeah.
You can magically go from basically 0 life to full life.
Yeah.
And you're going to add the
that's
3 to
me.
each dice.
Each one?
Yeah, because each of them is your hit dice plus 3.
Okay.
Your con gets added to
So
each hit dice.
Well, just that gets me back to full health.
Exactly.
How many of these?
Exactly.
Okay.
So you're likely to heal about half your total life as long as you fed and you're resting.
Mhm. And do I get an extra?
You will also
one
gain a
again?
hit dice back. So you're at 3d12. You're at back to 3d6,
And
Alright.
then
Oh, and I
he
get
still
it.
gets one too.
and you're at two hit dice.
So,
Alright.
Listen, I really want to go watch Freakazoid now that you said that.
Just want to watch a YouTube video of somebody else listening to the theme song.
He's here to save the nation. So
After the stream, just put it up on that TV right there.
We could have it in the background the whole time.
Dude, that's it. It's a watch party. We could put that on the stream.
Mhm.
Watch Freakazoid with us.
We were playing D&D, but we decided they're just gonna want to play
And then
Freakazoid.
Animaniacs like do that whole lineup that they used to do.
Really fun.
1 second.
All right. I agree with you that your travel is going very well. Random encounters are only supposed to spice it up when there's danger, but if you guys are doing very well, we're going to pull back. And you're halfway to the Dark Lake already, so my real objective is to get you to the Dark Lake and see if this pursuit got nasty. But instead, you guys have cleared the pursuit. You've taken the risk of food, which was the real risk you took, is not eating. But then you were willing to eat a dwarf, so food fell in your lap.
That's it.
Manna from heaven.
What now?
Keep going.
You can't sleep on the power of cannibalism.
You cannot sleep on the power of cannibalism.
That's it.
Okay. What? Any changes going into day 5?
I think we're on a roll here.
You're on a roll.
Pun intended.
All right.
Thank you.
Roll it. And you're going fast still.
Oh, we're going fast.
This will be your
Yep.
first day not eating, but that's fine.
I'm going fast.
Everybody's full life. Everybody's got some hit dice, so you're going to go without eating for the day, and that's fine.
I feel like Tyler should roll this one.
Oh, don't mind if I do. Team lead. 13.
I think that's bad.
You're bad. That's kind of a neutral.
I can't believe it. I can't believe you've done this. Roll a d20.
15.
What's happening?
It's supposed to be like golf.
13's fine. And what's your second roll?
What does that mean? 15.
15, then. Okay, now roll d20.
I just did.
I know.
a
I'm
lot of-
cascading these dice.
17.
Your 13 was actually a pass, and you're fine. Your second evening check, then, I took your 15 as your evening check, which means you found something. And then what did you find?
A 17.
17.
We found a 17.
We've all been there
found
before. We
something.
found a freakazoid. Freakazoid.
Dun, 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 dun. More of the same stuff. A hot steam vent erupts beneath the entire party, and blasting hot steam bursts through everybody.
How high does the steam go?
Very high. It is a steam vent. It'll push you 40 feet in the air. Well, you're not flying 100% of the time.
Oh, my guys.
Good
Dude, I haven't
thing
had those
he
wings in a
will
minute.
recover
in the
from
air.
it
That's
and
the
take
opposite of
no
what makes
fall
sense.
damage.
This is it. I got the
That is the
wings.
opposite.
Yeah.
Now that I've barely healed, I'm gonna run
He is-
forever.
Look at the podium speaks for itself. I'm up there, bro.
That's like the player saying we sprint all day.
All day.
9 hours.
It's just
I'm
like
fully rested.
It's just
I'll
like
just sprint
Elden
for
Ring.
9 hours.
It's just like Elden Ring. This is not a.
Okay, everyone needs dexterity checks again. Dexterity check.
17.
You pass. Lauren passes.
Oh, Daredevil got a 4.
9 plus. I got 11.
Daredevil failed, so just give him a notch. I'm gonna start tracking their notches more like player notches, where they're not getting healed every day.
Popodo got 14.
He's fine.
Tipsy Turvy got
Which-
18.
Okay.
So I add this 6 or this 4?
Depends. This is their saves, and this is their ability. I think what it's doing here, this is just calling out the special features, and then it gets a little more particular. So notice, this is my best skill, athletics. And this is my best save, dex. Also, these are my real saves. No, that's just a straight up typo.
He did that on the last one.
How could his wisdom be +4 and then his wisdom save be +6?
That's how this is.
Oh, his literal dexterity is a +4, making his dex save a +6.
And this is a dex.
It is a dex save.
Okay, so
So he's
he
an
got
18.
18.
Yeah, and then these are his literal skills.
Okay.
So his abilities are all +3, that's why they're +3. But when his dex applies, they're even higher, so whatever.
Cool.
Did anyone not pass a 12? Are we just going to move on? Bird, you're
I
fine?
think we
Yeah,
all
I
got
did
it.
13 actually.
Everybody just sidesteps the steam vent. Not a single person rolled. Well, no.
Daredevil.
Yeah, King Daredevil.
King Daredevil.
Prince Daredevil.
Prince
Goes,
of the
ah,
Elves.
my face! Now I'm not beautiful for my return home to my Elven King.
Good thing he's a Quaggoth now.
Yeah.
Such a Qui-Gon.
All right, that's first day, second day. You guys have had a really easy time traveling, and your pursuit level goes to 0. So they can't even. They've lost track of you. So it's not about speed anymore because they can't even catch up. You know. And now,
Keep running.
I just want to fly to the Dark Lake now. You know.
Hey, I can fly.
So
Who's gonna carry all of us?
I can fly. So I think at this point you guys should probably travel cautiously, because you don't need to get away from your drow pursuers anymore. That'll give you an advantage on checks, so that when you roll bad encounters, you can just avoid them.
Okay.
Right? You can use stealth. So when you're moving slow, you have a choice. You can either have an improved foraging because you need that food, or you can use stealth while traveling. All right. So the last couple days, you guys are going to use stealth, and you're going to hopefully arrive at the Dark Lake at the Kuo-toa City, hungry, having not eaten for a few days, but healthy. And you can definitely not eat for a few days. It's fine.
Especially now that sushi's on the menu.
Exactly. Where is stealth? Stealth. So you guys had no problems with the drow pursuers. You literally reduced it every round.
They were losers to begin with.
Yep. So now the Shushar is going to show you some of the really cool fungus.
The shoe shine.
The fungus among us.
Fungus mungus.
All right, barrel stalk is a large cask-shaped fungus that can be tapped and drained of the fresh water stored within. It's like a cactus mushroom. So he shows you guys how to find barrel stock, and you guys tap it, and you get D4 plus 4 gallons of water. So you find 5 gallons of water, and it yields a pulp that you can eat as food, and you find 6 pounds of food. It's not the best food, but it's like strips of this barrel stock paste, and you guys can eat it. Right. Well, the dwarf's gone. You actually like that. It was protein and meat.
That was protein meat.
And you cooked it, so why not? So, again, if you guys even had bags or satchels or anything, but you guys don't have ways to carry a lot of this stuff, but you could definitely take a big chunk of barrel stock and put on your shoulder and start carrying around the raw, mushroom to be chopped up and extracted later. But you guys have a bit of food and you have water, so we're not starving. We're not stocked, but we're not starving. And then you guys have stealth for the last 3 days. So let me just quickly roll d20 for the beginning of day 6.
I did it last time. Ooh, 15.
It's a terrain feature. Please roll it. Another d20.
17.
A steam vent. You can avoid that. Moving on.
Okay.
End of day 6.
I got it.
Someone else do it.
The 14.
It will be a terrain feature. Give me d20.
13.
Ruins. Now, because you're going slow and you have stealth, you can investigate these ruins or you can avoid these ruins. It's a small ruin hidden in the Underdark. It might be the creation of a subterranean race or a surface ruin that collapsed and sank long ago.
Can I check it for evil?
Yes, you can. You're going to detect evil?
Yeah, let me see.
You see it. This is actually a very small ruin, maybe even closer to a hovel. And so it would be very obvious if there was something inside that's evil, and you do not detect evil. So you think searching this would be very
So
safe.
this could be
I'll
beneficial.
investigate.
Okay, go investigate. I just want whether it's high or low. High, good. All right, it has D4 trinkets inside.
Ooh, that's cool.
Maybe we'll get a bag.
A bad
Wow.
4 trinkets.
Sounds
go.
like it'd be something
Yeah.
good.
It says look in the equipment section of the player's handbook.
I'm making
Go to
you do a
D&D
lot.
Beyond. Spend $60.
Right,
You too
I
can
don't
find-
own this handbook.
Yeah,
no.
I don't own this
A
handbook.
lot of the books don't, but this one was one of the oldest ones that was made where it was really trying to reference the original source books, which is now just working against me that it's D&D Beyond, because I buy a book that just sources the other book I didn't buy. I'm like, that's dog shit.
Such a gotcha.
Yeah. When you buy Out of the Abyss and it links to a reference, you should get that reference.
Remember that. Dungeons and Drag Turds.
Exactly. 150 directors.
He said exactly. He didn't even process it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Drag
Drag Turds. Dungeons and Drag Turds.
Sounds like you're making fun of drag.
Oh man, never. Just me.
All right. We said you found 4 trinkets. D100 time. Everybody roll a D100. I'll roll 1 and each of you roll 1.
I got one. 30.
A 30. A blank book whose pages refuse to hold ink, chalk, graphite, or any other substance
you.
or marking.
You do
What?
for
A blank book that it
100
won't.
A
you roll
book
both
that you
these, right?
can't write in.
Ooh, what if it reacts to fire? So I'm going to give it to Gordon.
A
Ramsay
blank,
over there.
a blank book whose yeah. You just take that
Yeah.
as the 10th digit and that as the 1st digit.
I think
That's what I thought.
only did the
He only did one.
Oh, you got a
This
30
would
because you
be-
only rolled a 30 what,
sorry.
buddy?
You do both.
You
Nobody's
do.
explained it to him before.
So
You do
that's-
both, so like this would be 18, you know.
One is going to give you the 10s digit, one is going to give you the 1s digit.
35.
35. All right. You find a. Jeez.
Thank you. You're
This is a white sequined glove sized for a human. You literally found. You literally found the Michael Jackson glove.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's even in the game. But you're a
Does
bird.
it say it's the left hand?
So
You grab your bird crotch and you're doing the moonwalker, but you're flying.
That's
Like,
it. The moon's
So you can
flying.
make your feet look like you're walking on the ceiling.
Cool.
Wow. Hey, can I fill it up with some water?
Yeah, I mean, it's a glove.
Is it a
All right,
waterproof
yeah,
glove?
put it in your notes. Seriously, you actually have
Special glove.
the Michael Jackson glove. It is a white sequined, human-sized glove. Which, ironically, you're a bird. You have bird hands. You're the one person who can't wear it.
I'm all O.J. Simpson. If it don't fit, you gotta quit.
Poke the hole through the fingers with
Jeez.
your claws.
Then it can't hold the water
It
anymore.
works.
A white.
All right, what did you get, Lauren?
White sequin glove.
Oh, sequin.
84.
Sparkly.
You get a receipt of deposit at a bank in a far-flung city.
Woo!
Let's roll that city. 1 is Mesobaranzan, 2 is Blingdenstone, 3 is Glackelstug, 4 is what's the door one? Gontelgrim.
Oh, I wrote them down.
5 will be the
Snoop-de-blop.
Menethteril, and 6 will be Snoop-de-blop. Ready for
Neverland
it?
Grove, also.
Oh yeah, any. You have a list of cities in your notes.
Yeah. Blendenstone.
That will be the order of the
Baldwin.
dice. So 1, 2,
Ooh.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
2.
Gauntlgrim.
Okay, that's the worst it could have been.
Never mind. I'll go from top to bottom. It's Scoop Top.
You
I think
mean
it's got
bottom
to
to
be.
top.
You have a
Scoop
receipt
top.
deposit at the Bank of Gauntlgrim.
Yeah, that's the place we're not going.
That's the place
It's
the
the
dwarf girl
furthest
wanted to go.
away that the dwarf wanted to go.
That is really funny.
Does
That
it have her
sucks.
name on it?
No, but that'd be really amazing. A receipt of deposit at a bank in Gauntlgrim. That is amazing. You got that note down? Okay, what did you find?
404. 04. Double
A
O.
diary written in a language you don't even know.
Yay!
That's super useful.
Diarrhea.
Diary in a language you don't know.
Don't even-
I would hope I never learned this
That's
language.
it. It stinks.
It's. Oh man, none of y'all saw Terrifier.
Is it
He
new?
wrote his name on the wall with poop,
Okay.
and so I was gonna make a joke about that,
Uh-huh.
like it's diarrhea. Writing,
Mm. Is that
Yeah.
number 2 or is that Terrifier number 2 or 1?
It was
Number
number
one.
2.
but with number 2.
It's definitely number 2. All right. Also, because each of you kind of claims a thing, there's a fourth thing. An ornate brooch of dwarven design.
Oh,
So
that's
this was a dwarven hut.
It's probably going to go with my
A
sequence
brooch?
glove.
You mean
A
brooch?
brooch? Yes, brooch,
Brooch.
brooch. Same thing.
I know, but brooch was something different.
So a diamond brooch worth a lot of money?
I feel like you
It's
should have that 'cause you're a
BROOC.
I gotta accessorize at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Yeah.
say
So-
brooch.
Yeah,
Brooch.
but it's obviously spelled brooch.
a drag.
I don't know how to
Drag
spell
bird
regular
over here.
brooch.
I don't know how to spell it. We're arguing how to say it. You go, I don't even know how to spell it.
Oh, I don't mean it. Is that how brooch is spelled?
BROOCH.
Yeah.
Brooch.
But is that brooch?
That's the same word. There's only one item, and it's
Okay.
that thing.
That's
It's
the
brooch.
jewelry.
It's the
Okay.
masculine.
However you
Lovely
say
brooch.
it, why do you say it that way if it's spelled BROOCH?
That's a good question.
Because it's the English.
I've never had a
language.
right brooch.
That's it.
You think I wear brooches?
That's it. I'm not of the brooch wearing type.
So it's probably a brooch. I'm serious.
brooch.
It's probably a brooch.
It's
Baby, that's a thing.
A dwarven
Scooby-Doo
brooch.
is in this.
Yes, loop de bloop.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
The fish
I
man
mean-
is correcting your pronunciation. Excuse me, that's called a blah, blah, blah.
Oh my bad.
You're saying it completely wrong. It's
The
a
time is
Ooh,
12:30.
Brooch is a piece of jewelry, while brooch is most often a verb meaning to introduce new subject.
Well, yeah, to broach
Yeah.
something. I know that as well. But
Does it go with the sequence?
But does it
glove?
They're
does it
all
have a
spelled
pronunciation key for the jewelry?
Oh my gosh. Google.
Oh
Ask-
yeah, do
ask
like
Siri
the
to
speech
say it.
thing.
Right. Does it have a
Hold on,
pronunciation
here we go.
guide?
Siri. Tell me if it.
Brooch. And it has the written out pronunciation?
An ornament that is held
Yeah,
by
but it has
a
the-
pin.
Let
Yeah.
it go.
As a noun.
let it
Yeah.
go.
So why isn't it called brooch? Because it's spelled brooch.
I don't know, in German it would be bruch.
Yeah.
Bruch. It's got the umlaut.
Freakazoid.
Nice tangent there.
Okay, that was the end of what, day 6?
Yes.
Okay, back to it. Day 7? Was that really only day 6? Didn't we get
I think so,
nothing
yeah.
and
What
then
was that, 5?
No, we had nothing and then a steam vent, and then we went to the next day and we got something and
Yeah.
yeah, I think this is now the bottom of day
Oh, the
7.
ruins.
Yeah,
And then
yeah. Bottom of
this.
day 7. Let's go.
okay.
It's the day of rest.
D20, and we're going slow. We're paced. We're 2 days hungry.
14.
Ooh.
More terrain. Good. Roll it. These are very avoidable usually.
4.
A fungus cavern.
Ooh.
Would you avoid the fungus cavern, or would you go on in?
Well, I would ask.
Can we check it for evil again?
Shushar. Are these good fungus or bad fungus?
Well, you'd have to go in and look, but yeah, absolutely.
I'd say them in.
Fungus of the Underdark. The adventure stumbled upon a cavern filled with fungi and mushrooms of all sizes and types. Okay, this is where you find
The stalks we can
all
eat.
the fungus.
That's where we can find the
Edible
mushroom
fungi
that
provide
turn
food and
into a
water,
bird.
basic food and water, barrel stocks. But which ones do we find? Is it all of them? Is it a cave of all the fungus?
It's one of each.
It might be.
I like it.
It really might be.
Do it.
Do it.
Hey, do it.
Because it does say a fungal cavern, like all kinds of stuff's in this cavern. You stumble upon a cavern filled with fungi and mushrooms of all sizes and shapes.
More
So,
snakes.
you guys can go through and find every single one of these. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 types of fungus in here.
Okay.
And he is, oh no, there's 7 types of just edible fungi.
Oh wow.
Cool. So we have a little snacky snack.
Well, if you guys go browsing the forest of fungi, you'll easily be able to restock all your food, but a couple of them are dangerous.
Well, Shushar knows which ones.
I can.
Yes.
That I can detect the evil.
Well, the mushroom isn't evil.
It's
It
poison.
doesn't know if it's evil or not.
All right.
How does it identify?
You guys have a guide, and you're in it. You have no pressure, and you have time. Okay, he's going to go through all these fungi and explain them to you. Barrel stalk is that big fat one with food and water inside. You've got some if you want some more, although you're carrying basically already some.
My glove is full.
Blue cap is a grain that you can mulch up into a powder, and it looks like flour. You can make bread from it. So you guys could make blue cap bread if you want. There's fire lichen. It actually thrives on warmth and grows in geothermal areas. It can be ground and fermented into hot sauce, which is really good because the food's so bland down here. This is the way to make food good. You actually can trade in this, and this would be actually useful. So you guys, is anyone writing some of this stuff down?
Nope.
Just take quick notes.
Okay.
You find some fire lichen, which you will be able to turn into hot sauce.
Oh, okay.
There's a fungus called ripple bark, which looks like rotting flesh, but it's actually tasty, but it's creepy. We don't care about that because you guys have already eaten. Trillimac can grow to 4 or 5 feet, has broad gray-green cap and light gray stalk. You can turn it into leather and use it to make maps, hats, scrolls, dyes, and you can clean it and soak it in water and dry it to make food skin, a food akin to a bread. If you want some of that, you can make parchment. I don't know if anybody cares, right?
Nope.
You're not a wizard, so you wouldn't care about parchment down here. So that's not going to help you guys. Water orb, you squeeze it, it blows into food, and you can drink. So water, and you can drink. So let's get on to the fun ones. Night light is a stick that's basically a glow stick. If you guys want some glow sticks, there's glow sticks. There is a drug-like one called Nilhog's Nose that you can snort it, and you get an advantage to your perception for D4 hours. It'll give you advantage on smells and advantage on wisdom perception checks based on smell. However, the creature will then suffer disadvantage on saving throws against effects based on smell for the same amount of time. So if you temporarily want your sense of smell to spike, this can be valuable. Does anybody want to take some?
I've already got good perception.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll take a.
That's called Nilhog's Nose. If you ever need to snort some smell good
Yeah.
stuff. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Let's get to the interesting ones. This is a poisonous one.
What's the name of it?
I'm reading whether you can harvest it. Otherwise, what's the point? Nope, that's to be avoided. So he's going to have you avoid that one. Alright, this is actually quite useful for you guys. You find some Tongue of Madness. It's an edible fungus that looks kind of like a tongue. A creature that eats the Tongue of Madness has to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, or they compulsively speak out loud every thought it has for the next hour. You force it to speak its thoughts. That is super useful if you guys want to interrogate people. So you find some Tongue of Madness. And there's also one that can turn into a torch.
I'll take some Tongue of Madness.
So Tongue of Madness. You guys find
Yeah, I think we
D4
should take
Tongue of Madness.
all of that.
Four
Yay.
4 batches
now.
of Tongue of Madness.
Or 8.
Passing them around.
Yeah.
8 tongues.
No. You
Oh.
find D4 of it, and I rolled a 4, so you have 4 of it.
Oh, just 4.
To share with the group.
Yeah, you all have 4, so how do you guys want to figure that out?
Take one.
And there's what's called a torch stock, because literally you can light it and it'll burn like a torch. However, there is a chance that it explodes when you light it on fire.
Excessive.
Do you want some torch stock knowing that it can make you a torch, but it can also explode?
No.
Turn you into a torch.
Either way, you're getting a torch.
Either way, somebody's seeing something.
I'm sorry, did I sound negative? I didn't mean you wouldn't get a torch. You will get a torch.
Be the torch.
You just might also blow up on fire.
It's kind of like plugging into the outlets.
It's exactly like plugging into our
You
outlets.
might turn something on, or you might just get electrocuted.
No, either way, something's turning
Either
on.
way, health coverage isn't covered there.
All right, and now day 8, right? And you guys can see the dark like
Yep.
you know it's coming close. One more roll.
All right.
Tyler.
Me? Or you?
You do it.
Oh,
So you guys are eating mushrooms. You guys have food. You have water. You guys are fully supplied, and the drow have been ditched. This has been like a casual stroll for you guys.
14.
14
Oh,
is a terrain.
again.
Roll it.
Rolling
We got a lot of 14.
That's good.
Ah! A 9.
Another lava
very-
swell. This
very
could get
German
bad.
roll.
This one can burn everyone alive right as they get there. Okay, everyone makes dex saves.
Mine's in the air.
You will have advantage because you're going slow. So roll advantage. I'm just looking for a d10.
Our advantage is 2 of
You
them.
roll 2d20, take the better one.
Oh, 2.
2d20.
I only care about you guys. You do
7,
fail.
5.
14.
So this is pretty bad. 66 fire damage. You explode.
Uh-oh.
You
Yeah.
tell guys, by the way, did you know I'm a fire priestess? Boom!
16.
12, 18, 22, 27, 28 fire damage.
Yeah, I'm on the ground.
You explode. Didn't you have full life?
Yeah. I don't have an
you're
eraser.
2 health.
Yeah.
Point is, right as we get to Shlubadop, now at the last second of our travel, you're very injured.
This girl.
The
Yep.
timing is just shitty timing.
Whoop.
I got
Nobody else-
12.
That passes.
Okay.
TC 10. And you got it pretty good?
Oh, yeah, I got 14.
Alright, I guess we
That's
should check our
18.
NPCs, but they have advantage, so. Shushar explodes. Oh no, not Shushar, we need him.
Oh.
You can roll a save.
We're just gonna
right?
note them. We're gonna note them. Just like
Okay.
how you got thrashed by fire, Shushar is thrashed. This is just gonna set the stage for when we arrive in Shlubadop. Some of you guys are badly hurt by this lava geyser.
So he's not even dead?
No, he's not dead.
Jim
Joe
Joe
got
passed.
14.
Can we eat him?
You could, but he doesn't want you to.
He's cooked.
He is. And he's very sad because as a fish, he needs to keep moist. So he's like taking all the water stock and like busting the water out, trying to wet his scales.
Kill him.
Jimjar passed. Sareth passed. Nobody else failed, right? With
Yeah,
advantage on a 10.
Were rats?
Oh, yeah, what about our little ratty boys?
They have like a +6.
16.
Yeah, they passed.
They're good. That's
Jimjar.
good.
So everybody passed.
That's a-
But Shushar failed.
No,
So,
really.
as we get to the outskirts of Shlubadop, which is where we'll pick up next time, we did have one note at the very end that Shushar and Garnet were having a conversation about religion and they exploded on fire.
Teach you to do that.
I know, really.
Because isn't Shushar a healer too?
Yes, and you're like,
Yeah.
did you know I'm a fire priest? Really? Explodes. You're right. He can use his magic healing. So that's what we'll do. When we start the next session and we begin the day, you guys will use his healing so that you're not like on the brink of death. But it'll impact that day of events. Because that way it'll be a little more dramatic the day we get to Shlubladop. All right. Do that next time.
Tell your stream.
Is there any other prep you guys want to do for the setup for Shlubladop? You guys are approaching Shlubladop, but he already told you about the city. He told you what he remembers, and he hasn't been there in a while.
I want to get some tartar sauce.
Yeah. What goes well with Kuatoa? Sir, we are Kuatoa. Yes, I know that.
Hungry.
Fish and chips.
Fish and fish.
Fish and chips.
There are no chips. There's just fish and other fish. All right.
So that's it.
I think that's it. We travel to Shlubadop. This is obviously a section of the game where like it's incredibly random. You guys could have randomly gotten to a dungeon. You randomly could have had a big monster encounter, but the encounters we got were very easy, reasonable. So it's
You
fine.
did good. Good on
Yeah.
time and everything.
Yeah,
Way to go,
good.
DM. You're a
There
winner.
you go.
People like you.
We did have one death, so we lost Ron the first day, and then Fun Run became a mess.
Casualty.
Yeah, it
Wasn't
became a
your
dinner.
fault. You couldn't even control balance. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, the rolls were crazy. There was so many things like, okay, all 11 of you roll a DC, and everyone was like, pass, 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 pass. So then the threat of the encounter wasn't even there. And then it's like, okay.
Too bad we couldn't have done that when we were jumping into the river.
Mm-hmm. But how normal is it that you all roll and half of you are high and half of you are low? That's normal. In this, it's like there's a rock fall. Everyone's like, it's fine. No one got knocked down. No one went off the cliff. You know, the big geyser that would have just exploded in fire. Nobody got burned the first time. Literally, no one even got burned the first time. And then you have advantage and you fail. Weird timing. All right, we'll pick it up here next Wednesday, and we'll have James joining the party in Shrubradala.